about 40 minutes or so.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Whatever you got to do, brother. Appreciate you being here, man. It's cool.
Yeah. Hey.
You got it. Fucking thing. What is up, y'all?
Hey.
Doing a little election night watching party.
What's up?
And we got Pete Rabatucci in the house. We've got my good buddy NC Scout.
Yes.
We've got the always illustrious Sue LaRue, and Chicken Shit Russ just bailed from the screen.
What's up, y'all?
There's Russ. He's got Troy.
Troy.
Yeah. Is that Brian in the black back there?
It is. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
that's
I'm on my way
Brian. He's
down to
driving.
Georgia right now. So
You're on the road still?
Yep.
Right on.
You won't be able to see me, but you can hear me.
That's all right. We'll be able to hear you.
Like a ninja.
Yeah.
Is he blacked out? Is he driving blacked out?
Damn, Patrick.
Stealth mode.
Bro, thanks for that, man. You're the man, Patrick.
Patrick.
All right. You're the man.
Yeah.
So all right. So, what's everybody's prediction? What do you think, Matt? Who's gonna win? Like, who's gonna really win, and then who's gonna cheat to win?
Philadelphia 50 by election.
damn. Right out of the gate, man. Swinging full force. I think that this is going to go to Trump. It's going to be a narrow victory. It's going to be a hotly contested victory.
Yeah.
They're not going to let this one go, and that's when that's going to give casus belli to the militant left. They're already telegraphing it now.
Oh yeah. They're already saying form your mutual defense groups. Get ready for combat. That's what they're saying.
Yep. And that's going to kick off the war within the bureaucratic institutions that have been. They're institutionally supporting the deep state, quote unquote. I mean, they're all democratic institutions at this point.
I saw a funny video.
Like the insurgency pyramid. You talk about the resistance pyramid. I've posted it several times on Twitter. I've written about it. Anybody interested, you can pull up the Soro, SORO, Sierra Oscar, Romeo Oscar, Soro resistance pyramid, and you just do a Google search, you're going to see it. Shadow governance activities, which are flowing in addition to the events that are building up.
Yep.
You're going to be able to see this as it's happening. That's literally what those deep state activities are. It's shadow governance activities. I mean, the activities of the Colorado Secretary of State, multiple attorneys general in several states. Michigan's another really good example of this.
Arizona. Arizona is a damn good example.
Well, yeah, let's not forget Arizona. So there you go. See, people have this misconception of civil war. They seem to think that civil war was something like what was fought in 1860 to 1865. That's not really the case. Those are two sovereign nations. So it's not going to bear any resemblance to that whatsoever.
No.
This is an actual internal war for control of governance, and there's a lot of money on the line, and that's why you're seeing people like Mark Cuban and Elon Musk in the war of the billionaires, because that's literally what's happening. So anyway,
yeah, I saw an interesting video earlier today where they took a bunch of Kamala's speeches and dubbed over the word bureaucracy for democracy, and they made a lot more sense when her spoke that way. Made a lot more sense. Russ, what do you think's going to happen tonight, man?
Man, I had to agree with Matt. It's too close to call. It's going to be tight, I think. I'm sitting here watching. I have Fox and CNN up on the computer, which is one of the reasons I'm lagging. And it's apples and oranges almost halfway through.
Yeah, we're watching it on Fox. So it'll be interesting. What you, Pete, man? Where do you stand on things?
Well, just like Matt said, I think there is a lot of money at stake. I think not just within our country, but you look at Ukraine and who they're backing for this presidency. You look at Iran and who they're backing, and that's not all about because they like the Democratic Party. They like our money, guys.
Yeah.
So that's what that's all about. I think Trump narrowly wins. I think he wins a little more. I think his only path to victory is going to be North Carolina and Pennsylvania, to be honest with you. If he captures both of those, I think he's in good shape for the rest of the evening.
We can only hope. What about you, Brian? Where the hell are you driving to anyway, man? Because you're in the truck. Where are you headed to?
I'm headed down to Georgia Bushcraft. It's a big blowout for all the survivalists and bushcrafters for the end of the year. Yeah, we've got a business summit down there. Starts tomorrow. It's a couple days long, and then they've got the 3-day event. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of blacked out here, guys. As far as what I think, so we've been discussing it and paying attention to the polls pretty much the entire time we've been driving from Pittsburgh down here all day today. I think it's going to be extremely close. I have a feeling that maybe they're going to hand it to Kamala, and the reason I'm saying that is that, hey, look, she didn't even get the votes to technically be the Democratic representative. She was just
nobody voted for her.
Gave it to her. Yeah, exactly. Nobody
No.
voted for her.
She was anointed, not pushed. Anointed.
Her approval rating was in the absolute dumps a mere 5-6 months ago, and now here she is, winning the hearts, supposedly hearts and minds of more than half of America, potentially. I don't know, man. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. And I think it's going to be narrow, but I think they're going to give it to her. As much as I don't want to see that happen, I feel like that's the man behind the curtain. That's what he's going to make happen.
No, it's not. You see everybody good enough? Nice. All right, Sue, Troy, what do you guys think? Sue's been around and seen enough of these.
Yeah, we're watching it play out right now, guys. So, I mean, as much as we want it to swing one way, it's not looking like it's going to be some run-of-the-mill shit tonight. So, hopefully it goes the way we want it to.
After the last one, we know that none of these are going to be run-of-the-mill. Yeah. What do you think, Donnie? What do you think?
What I think?
What do you think?
Well, every time I think something's going to happen, it never happens.
Yeah.
So I've resolved myself just to be open-minded to it. Now, what I want to happen, obviously, I want Trump to win by a landslide.
Yeah.
Make a statement. But, right now, it's a lot of weirdness going on.
There's a lot of weirdness. Joey, what do you think? As a Japanese immigrant, Joey is heavily invested.
Immigrant.
Excuse me. Her people are from Michigan. She's not an immigrant. I mean, are from Colorado. She's not an immigrant. Yeah, we're all hoping for the same thing because, like Matt was saying earlier, I was reading some of the leftist stuff, and essentially in their minds, if Kamala wins, it's 4 more years of glory for them. They're ready for that. But if Trump wins, they're already talking about start arming up, start getting ready because we got to start, Viva la Revolution again.
They need to be armed up and ready because if Kamala wins, we're still going to be taken to the streets. Some of us, right?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll have to see what they do.
I guess we'll have to wait to see what 3 a.m. Numbers start to come out like they did a few years back. And then we'll really know, I guess, because there's no telling what they're going to pull out of their asses.
Well, Michigan and Arizona have already said it's going to take them multiple days to count absentee and mail-in votes. So what that means is once they've counted all their votes, they have to figure out how many more votes they need to create to get her to win. That's all that means.
Exactly. Exactly.
There could be a
Both
delay
being
in Georgia as well. We just heard that there were some issues in Atlanta with some bomb threats at a number of the polling stations. So they've had to
Yeah.
evacuate them for safety reasons and, do a
Yeah,
sweep.
which were all linked back to Russian email addresses, conveniently enough.
I'm sure.
Yep. Unsubstantiated bomb threats is what I read on one of these over here.
But isn't it in Pennsylvania? Don't they actively have some dude running around burning down ballot boxes for the drop off ballots?
I haven't heard that one yet. I wouldn't be surprised though.
Yeah, there's been multiple of them, and he released a statement. I haven't caught the guy, and he released a statement saying he is not done.
Right, that he's going to keep burning down. I'm like, is he not in jail?
Nope.
Have they not found him?
They have not caught him yet. I dropped a very expensive thermal before. Remember that thing? I love this thing. If you guys didn't pick up a thermal brush beater, you're wrong.
You dropped it already?
On carpet, bro. On carpet.
Where's been a 14-year-old girl on a phone, dude?
Yeah, dropped it on the carpet.
It's like giving me a phone.
Sorry, I dropped it in the toilet. Don't yell at me.
No, you're yelling at me.
First thing he did when he got here.
Stop it!
Check this out.
Oh yeah, I did. I get dying. You need to look at this thing. This thing's badass.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Sting IRs were incredible.
Yeah.
Like, you were talking about like an incredible thermal device. They were the shit. But the good news is because they went away. The Sting IRs went away. We can thank the Biden administration directly for this, by the way. We can thank them directly. They somebody's got a little feedback on their microphone. Here.
Yeah, I'm hearing something somewhere.
I muted mine to see if it was me. It doesn't appear to be.
Yeah.
It might be Brian in the AC in his truck.
Hang on, let me mute mine real quick.
That's it. It's you. Just unmute whatever you want to rattle off, Brian. Feel free to, whatever.
All right, well, if it's me,
That's
I'm going to
still
get
here.
off here anyhow because nobody can see me.
There you go.
Once I get to my next destination, if you guys are still on, I'll hop on if I can. Y'all have a good night.
All right, buddy.
See ya.
Nah, it's still there.
I don't hear it now.
I'm here.
You hear it?
Yeah, I hear it too.
It does?
It ain't us. There's no feedback in here. That rookie quit. I don't hear it as bad with Brian gone. So
I've got mine muted, so.
let me see.
Yep. There we go. That was it. That was the one.
Chris issue.
Anyway.
But it's clear now. It's clear now.
Yeah, you're good now. Good to go now. Anyway, talking about the Sting IRs, Biden administration dropped the hammer on them. The State Department dropped the hammer on them, on the company that manufactured the cores for them. So they ended up going away. Good news is, the really, really good news is that we have other options which perform just as well, even similar form factor. So there's, Armacite's putting out some incredible pieces of equipment. I've got iRay here. I've got one of the brand new V2 iRays, literally right here. Armacite, I think, is punching way above its weight class. But if you're trying to go top tier, the Cadillac, the Knox 35 is definitely, and that is literally the Cadillac tier, but in a good way. Definitely.
Have you heard of RIX yet? RIX?
RIX? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I bought one of those, the L6, and that thing has blown me away with how awesome it is. It's right up there with the IRA Bolt 50, but it's about
Yeah.
$2,500 less. So
Yeah,
if y'all are looking for a budget one, that's the way to go.
The Ricks and the AGM Clarion are about tit for tat, I think. The
Are they?
AGM Clarion that's the best thermal optic I've ever used. You know,
I've never
and
played around with one of them.
Oh man, the Clarion's incredible, dude.
Is it?
Incredible. Yeah, it's the. I mean, that
Does it have like OLED screen in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Clarion 640 has the best part about it is that the zoom and the objective lens focus are there together, and I can adjust them by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not doing it inside the display. I'm doing it literally like if, when you're on the glass.
Yep.
And you're adjusting everything, it's literally like that. So
the L6, what I love about it is it has that optical zoom on it. So it's just like normal. You don't lose any of your pixels. And then if you want to, you can use your digital zoom, but I have never found a use to use the digital zoom. It's got like a 9 times optical. So that thing has really surprised me. We'll see how it holds up over the next few years, but I've had it about a year and a half now, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's been a good one.
Yeah, they're excellent. I see somebody comment, it's 4K. How normal folks supposed to afford that? So I'm a normal guy. I think everybody in here is a normal guy. Don't have 25 AR-15s.
So the L6 is a little bit overkill, and I got it on Optics Planet. They just released them, right? And then they had some sort of like 15% discount code. Of course, Rick's got popular real quick, so now they're doing all kinds of stuff, and their prices have went up. That's just how life is. But when you find a new company like that, you can get in early on them and get a pretty good deal. The L3 that they make is going to be the lower sensor, and I want to say it's like $2,200. That is more than enough that most people need, unless you're going to go out west and you're trying to identify a coyote at 1,800 meters. You don't need the L6. I mean, it's awesome, but you don't need it.
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt you there, Troy. Chris, we have a special guest in the green room, Mr. Chuck Clemens. Down in the green room, Chris, can you hear me?
Chris's mic is out, looks like.
Phone. He was supposed to text me first.
There he goes.
Chris.
Chris. Chuck in the house?
Yeah, Chuck's down there. Do you want to bring him in just solo screen with you, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, pop him up for just a minute with me, just for a second, guys.
All right. Hold on, fellas. Everybody go ahead and just drop down to the green room, please.
Can you drop down to a green room?
Maybe leave studio, maybe? No.
Dude, I got
Here's all you got to do.
Yeah.
There he is. Mr. Chuck Clemens. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are my favorite Patriots doing tonight?
We are fabulous, man. You are fabulous.
How's Miss Mel?
So for those that don't know, Chuck Clemens is the Speaker Pro Tem of the Florida House. He's termed out, so this is his last term. He's got to go back to being a civilian again. And but how are things looking at Tallahassee, man? How are we looking on things right now?
Listen, I can tell you that a lot more Patriots have joined our team today. This is a landmark day in the United States of America. People have found their true values, and I am cautiously optimistic that we're going to have a brand new president of the United States, and his initials are going to be Donald John Trump. Things are moving across the country. People are sick of the status quo. They're tired of elected officials and leaders of the free world who doesn't defend liberty and who doesn't defend the rule of law. They're tired of people using taxpayer money for people that are here illegally. And it's shaping up, and it's too early to call, but I can tell you it's looking good, Chris.
I know there's a whole bunch of folks up in North Carolina that are very unhappy with FEMA spending all the money the federal government gave them on illegal immigrants coming into this country and not on supporting Americans in one of the worst disasters that region has seen in over a century.
This election has been a contrast between people who love their country and who think that America should be first, and then people who equivocate and can't answer any of the questions, not even the easy questions. So I think that when we wake up, it may not be tomorrow, but I think we're going to have a good indication before midnight. Pennsylvania will be a fulcrum bellwether, and if Donald Trump can land Pennsylvania, I think it's all but his. I predict that he'll exceed the 270 electoral college votes that he needs, and I think he'll probably get 281. We want it to be decisive because we don't want this to be played out in the courts, and we wanted to have a large enough margin of victory that there can be no contestation. And we want to bring America back to America. And when we raise the flag, we want people to stand up and salute.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've heard that in a couple polling places, people came in with American flag shirts, American flag hats, and they were asked to remove them because one party was offended by their presence.
Some people think that this is not the United States of America, Chris. They think it's the United States of the offended. And I can see why they would see that. But I can tell you, the rank and file people have had a gutful of it. They've literally had a gutful of it. I mean, when you see all these African-American men saying, look, I'm voting for Donald Trump because of this or this or this, it is a groundswell of change. It's a sea shift of change in America. And quite frankly, it's the prayer, Chris, that I've been praying for quite some time. And I know you have too.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a little worried, that this is going to not be clearly decided. And I know you're in a delicate position, but civil violence is something that's on a lot of folks' minds. If they call this for Kamala, how what kind of a potential do you see there for there to be some pretty hefty civil unrest? Obviously, if they call it for Trump, we know there's going to be civil unrest. But what if they call it for Kamala?
Well, I'm cautiously optimistic that that's not going to happen, but I do think the civil unrest in the larger cities is something that we pray doesn't happen, but we need to be prepared in case that it does. There's only so many policemen. There's 50, 60, whatever thousand policemen in the metro New York area, and there's how many 6-point-something million people. So the police can't protect you. You have to be able to protect yourselves. Don't do anything silly, but we'll see. So just stay safe, and we're going to continue to pray for liberty. We're going to continue to do the things that patriots do, and that's never give up our values, no matter what the odds are.
That's right. So what's in the future for Chuck? I mean, your term's up. You're kind of going out on a high note, man. Listen, it's not like Chuck doesn't have other jobs, guys. Chuck's also the president of Santa Fe University and the police chief. So I know you got plenty to do.
Well, I'm going to run for president of the Angery American fan club, and I'm going to put forth the best campaign. I'm going to put forth the best campaign possible. And,
you have my full endorsement. Fully endorsed, Chuck. Fully endorsed.
Listen, we need more great Americans that will never shuck their responsibility or kowtow down to people who want to use political correctness to hoist their values on us. Look, I respect other people's values, but at the same time, I want to stand up and I'm going to demand that they respect my values too. And it's not a one-way street.
No, and that's just it. The right in this country needs to start making more noise. When a lot of progressives move to an area, a lot of the right-leaning people move away because they don't want to be around them. Or when a lot of them show up, start running their mouth, the right people stay away because they don't want to get involved. We need to start getting involved. We need to start mixing it up with them, letting them understand that they're not going to get it their way.
That's absolutely. Well, we've been silent. We've been silent for too long. And quite frankly, Chris, I think the sleeper has awakened. When I saw Donald John Trump stand up in Pennsylvania, a bullet whizzed by and nicked his ear. Blood is dripping off of his face. Now, listen, I don't know that I'm a brave guy, but if you took 100,000 people and that happened to them, when you pick them up off the floor, I can tell you only maybe one or two would raise their fist and say, fight, fight, fight. The super majority of the people wouldn't know what to do. I have gained so much more respect that I had for that man after July of this year than I had before. And so I think he is exactly the type of leader that the United States and the world, for that matter, needs at this time in the present.
The world really needs somebody right now. The entire global situation is just untenable at the moment.
America is not what it used to be.
So,
well,
right
we're
now.
gonna join the army of
Bring it
making
back.
America great again. Absolutely, Mel.
Right,
Absolutely.
we're going to bring it back. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you do that one battle at a time, and you do that one soul at a time, and you do that by standing up and speaking up and never subrogating. And I think that's what Americans have been doing out of politeness for so long, is they've been subrogating. Okay, well, we don't need to offend anybody. Oh, we don't need to do this. Well, I think it's time. Look, there's no guarantee. The Bible never said you weren't going to be offended. I mean,
there's also no amendment in the Constitution that says that you have the right to be free of offending.
Amen, brother. Preach it.
It doesn't exist.
Preach it. Well,
It doesn't exist.
I'm gonna get back to counting the votes, but I can tell you guys that I think we're on a road that we're all going to be pleased about. Not only maybe tomorrow, but next week, but on January the 20th, I believe that we're going to swear in the right man as president and the 47th president of the United States of America, and that makes me very happy.
A little nervous, Chuck.
Well, when you let chaos run up and down the streets, and I remember Chris helping to champion a bill in Florida that put the skids to that mob mentality when people would go up and down the interstate in their mobs, and they would bum rush businesses, mainly jewelry stores and electronic places. Florida put a stop to that. We're not going to put up with that at all. We're going to put your ass in jail if you do that for a long time on law and order. And I'm very proud.
There's nothing wrong with the Florida state motto of "come on vacation and leave on probation" if you're a dumbass. I think that's it. Chuck, I don't want to keep you on, my brother. Thank you for
thank you guys for Patriots. And when it comes down to I grew up on the farm. When it comes down to nut cutting, you got to have a sharp knife. And listen, it's peace. It's peace through strength. Ronald Wilson Reagan was a hero of mine. He said, "Peace through strength," and that's my motto too. So thank you guys. God bless.
I like
God
Eddie
bless.
too.
Thank you.
Speak soft and carry a big stick, Chuck.
God bless.
Amen. God bless you all.
Take care,
Thank
brother.
Bye bye.
Thank you, man. Bye. All right, that was awesome. I just wanted to have him on. He's our current Speaker of the House Pro Tem. I'm getting him. Whoops, sorry, there we go. It was his last term in office, and he was made Speaker Pro Tem, which is super cool. He's done a lot of stuff to help me, and I've done some stuff to help him. So awesome to have that guy on. And he's a damn good Florida Patriot. Good old Florida crackers. There's something to be said about him. So
We got some Blackhawks in for him and his
let's just
family.
I don't need to talk about it. We did some stuff for some
Fight
folks
Club,
and they
Mel.
needed it. That was all.
Fight Club, Mel.
Fight Club. Yeah.
Meat space.
Hey, Meat Space. Yes, you need to learn more about Meat Space. Hey, Matt, did you send a small and a large helmet or two larges?
I need a
There's
small
two
one.
larges, but the thing is that you'll be able to adjust it down.
And I've got an extra set of pads too.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not as big as you think it is.
No, they're
But here's mediums on the way. Mediums. I
medium.
have them on the way. So if that ends up being large or you're just not comfortable with it, we'll swap
You
it
can
out.
send it back.
But like I said, I got a whole
Thank you.
thing of pads, so I'll,
Yeah, try it. Extra padding is good. I need
extra padding is good.
extra padding for me.
It'll keep that sound of like slapping the slab of an 55-gallon drum down. Boom.
I mean, I'll take this opportunity to point out, you need to be properly fitted for a helmet for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
You need to be properly fitted for a helmet. If you're using it as a platform for mounting night vision, and you're going to be doing any moving whatsoever in it other than still, you definitely need to be fitted for it.
Yeah, it changes where pads gets positioned. You want to add a counterweight to the back, all kinds of shit. So.
Send his and wait and get my.
No, yours is coming too.
They're already out. They're already out.
Oh,
yeah.
You should probably have them like tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
It's Tuesday. They went out. They went out Monday morning.
Oh, did they?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that'll be here tomorrow.
You don't fuck around. You don't fuck around.
I know you don't.
Fuck around.
I paid that invoice. I went online and paid that invoice and came back later to check my email and I had a shipping notification. I was like, shit.
You get on my store and it says it's in stock. It's in stock. It's packed by me or one of my family members.
Back and forth.
You ship it. I mean, it's fast. So we're gonna get the fastest shipping out to you that is reasonable. All orders over $100 ship free. Look, everybody said they wanted an alternative to Amazon, right? And when you're a #1 best-selling author, fucking pony up. Like it's all about giving something back to the community. Well, like think about this too. So I was in Afghanistan when the Pakistani naval station in Mehran was overrun, or was nearly overrun, and that's the nuclear storage facility for Pakistan's nukes. And they build one nuclear weapon a week, or so I'm told by a reliable. Yeah, well, when the agency's former Pakistan guy, their chief of station in Pakistan, is like told me, hey, they're building one nuke a week. When he tells me that, I believe him. But anyway, I remember when the Taliban nearly overran that place, and I was in Afghanistan when that happened. So seeing the SSE photos that were coming across Supernet of Taliban dudes with night vision, and you're like, ooh. And I mean, they were rocking like bootleg 7 Deltas, and there was like some
Russian Gen 1 shit.
Yeah, they had a hodgepodge of like they had 7 Deltas that they had obviously captured from the ANA or like bought off the ANA or whatever. But they also had other like dual tube nods. I didn't recognize these, like where they came from. They looked Russian or Chinese or something. I don't know. But the point is that like we were under the impression we were the only ones with the enablers. Like we had the night vision. We own the night, like all school stuff. Well, then all of a sudden, man, you start thinking like, ooh, wait a minute. So like they got night vision too. And I just remember that feeling. And so here's like we don't gunfight, generally speaking, in the daytime.
Nope.
This is a 50-foot fair fight. You fucked up. You're gonna be fighting it at night, and if you're not prepared to fight it,
Matt, do you know Sue LaRue down there below you? Sue, do you know Matt? Yeah, I didn't know if you guys knew each other.
Not in person, though.
We need to make that happen because you guys would be a good fit. Sue,
I wouldn't say legend. I'd say what's the other word? Infamous.
Guard of the French Foreign Legion. Oh wait, that's Wanted. I'm sorry, that's Wanted.
He's a national treasure.
You can. I don't care.
I mean, and you're the only other guy it's had me in a chokehold. So that's been, but that was fun. You know?
Keyword other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sue, have you heard from Emery lately?
Have I heard what?
from Emery?
Not in over a week. His girlfriend and I we're conspiring on all kinds of mean jokes about it, or mean tricks on him.
Oh, she's pregnant from you?
I didn't think of that one.
No.
As soon as we get off here, I'm texting her.
Here's what you need to do, Sue.
She's pregnant. It's my baby.
Whenever he's coming home, and you know he'll be home in a day or two, you need to run over to her house and leave a pair of your boots on his side of the bed.
Right. Yeah.
Just leave them there. And then when you drop by later, have her come out and be like, Sue, you left these here, and have her hand them to you.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Montana to her family ranch while he's in Israel. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
This would be a good reason for her to be pregnant. Yeah.
Scott, Georgia.
So they're calling, Georgia 55 to 44 for Kamala. So
They haven't called it.
Well,
but they're calling it right now.
Okay.
So it's interesting watching these numbers go up and down.
Who is calling it?
It's just Fox News showing exit polling is all this is right now. It's just exit polling we're looking at.
You want me to pop that up on the screen, Chris?
Yeah, you can throw it up there for a
I'm
minute
sure
when they're
most
showing.
people are. Yeah,
Everybody's
I'm
probably
sure most
watching
people are watching this.
Yeah, that's
there
what I'm
we
looking
go.
to get.
Yep.
So she's only got 1, 2, 3.
Of course, Louisiana's got no numbers yet. They got to get enough people in the same room with their shoes and socks on.
Yeah, that's CNN showing. And
Boy, you're not gonna be loud past that border.
Well, I already can't go near Lafayette. I can never go to Lafayette.
Why?
There's some people there that want to shoot me.
Oh.
I don't say the name.
I won't. Yes, but
Yeah.
I love Lafayette. I'm going to give a shout
can't
out
go
to the great Lafayette, the great Acadians of Lafayette, Louisiana, with the landmark restaurant. It's the best restaurant in all of the state of Louisiana. Crayfish
Really?
Town, USA. Oh yes.
Florida number 3 failed.
Yeah.
So that means Florida's recreational weed amendment failed, which is good. We wanted it to fail.
right?
Yep. Wanted it to fail.
We voted no on that.
Voted against that one.
Okay, good. That's great.
Anyway, I'm just checking some stuff. I'm just reading some, catching up on comments. Where are they at now? Live from Fox.
Harris
Howard, Howard University. Yeah.
watch party. Oh,
Well, anytime there's a university, they're gonna be voting for her, not him.
what celebrity?
Especially, I mean,
Well, and all she's done is bring in celebrities and bring in, like Cardi B was up there on stage for her the other day, and the teleprompter didn't work, and she did not have a clue what to fucking say.
I saw that. That was great. That was
It
great.
was fantastic.
What's that video?
she's
Elon
never
Musk,
said anything. She doesn't have to say.
and he set her off into
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
So fucking
Well,
good.
Well, and J-Lo was on, was it last night, said that Donald Trump is the worst man she's ever met.
Oh,
She
please.
was involved with P. Diddy, for the love of God. And Trump's the
Wait,
worst
who
man she
said
ever
that?
fucking met.
Yeah.
J-Lo or something like that.
J-Lo.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
look.
she's-
What can you expect from a soon-to-be convicted felon?
Yeah.
Because she's going down with him like the rest of them are. There's a slew of those people going to go down.
They are terrified of Trump. Even Republicans are terrified of Trump because they know if he gets into office, he's gonna kick them the
Look,
fuck out.
I knew the P. Diddy thing was bad when
Right?
no, what's the dude? Steve.
Harvey,
When Steve Harvey
who I have
left the
always
country
loved.
immediately upon Diddy's
I
arrest.
loved him.
Did he really?
Oh, this shit
Yes.
goes deeper than I thought. If Steve
Oh.
Harvey was involved,
Yeah.
and then it started coming out his connections to Diddy. Yeah, he fled the
And
country.
all-
So did Ashton Kutcher. So did a whole bunch of people. bunch of them left.
Yeah. And Eminem, who's a leftist pig, we hate him. But I've always loved Eminem, but I hate his politics. I mean, he's always been against P. Diddy, and he sang about him several times, saying he was a POS, you know?
Corey Battleknown's asking, Matt, if you know some mud bugs.
Mud bugs? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got my pot to boil them in. I got a giant.
Speaking of celebrities, hey Chris. Speaking of celebrities, I discovered something about Emery that everybody's gonna like.
What's that?
Guess who shares a birthday with Emery?
Who?
Lizzo.
Lizzo?
Yes.
I will never let him live from now on. Every year, happy birthday, Lizzo.
We have got to get a picture of Emery and put it on a T-shirt, like extra large, and put it on Lizzo with Emery's face on it. That would be hilarious.
Oh, that would, yeah. I know a guy. I can make that happen.
T-shirt's going to be a lot larger than extra large.
I got to punch out. Yeah. I have.
And then we need a picture of Lizzo sitting on top of Emery's chest. That would be hilarious.
Thanks for being here for a few minutes with me, bro. I really wanted to have you on this.
I've been telling everybody about your hard store that you got coming, and how you sell those number 10 cans of Skittles, which I love.
What's up, Big Daddy? What's up?
He's got a whole bunch of number 10 cans in there. Yeah. Take care, brother. I'll be in touch with you soon.
Later.
All right.
Thanks, Matt.
I love that guy right there. He's one of my favorite people, one of my favorite instructors. And Matt started out. I met him 10 years ago. Better than 10 years ago. A buddy invited me out to his place for a get together of like-minded folks. And as soon as me and him met, I was like, I know this motherfucker right here. But at the time, all he was doing was training a little bit here on the weekends. Charge dudes $50 a day, come out of his place, and he's exploded now into an extremely good instructor on everything from communications to weapons to you name it. And now he's opening up a physical store so people can spend their money with somebody in our community and not at Amazon. So you got to love that guy. Yeah. Like Brian, right in the corner, guys. BSO Survival.
Oh, he's
Brian Loftus.
Traveling.
Rush, you for him? If not, build us a link for Brian real fast that we can put up on the screen because I want to pimp Brian too.
Appreciate that. Chris, thank you.
Ton of gear.
Brian's a man.
Brian's a man. Yeah, he's a man's man.
What's up, dude? What's up?
I got his little patch on my bag.
That's right.
I carry it every day.
Gotcha. So what do we say?
Along with Matt's. I got Matt's patch. I don't have an Angery American patch on my bag because it's not big enough. Well, I have two of them, actually, one on the front and the back.
Man, the U.S. Senate looks like the damn Democrats are keeping a bunch of shit. Like a bunch. That's not looking good.
Yeah. So, Chris, Teresa's texting me from the other room, and she's telling me that Miami-Dade flipped red. Miami-Dade County flipped red.
Yeah, the last I saw that map, is that map accurate? You can put that back up there? Is it updated? Try refreshing it and then update, and then put it up there if we can see it. Miami-Dade was pink earlier, which I thought very interesting.
Are you in this?
Yeah, I'm off to the side because I've got to move over a little bit.
I'll pop the link in private chat for you, Russ.
I'm working on it, boss. I'm lagging over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Guys got that. Let's put that up on the screen real quick. That updated map.
Yep. Give me a second.
You talk, fucker.
Oh yeah. I talk.
Thought they wanted a crack? Sure.
Here's some of my favorite people in the world here.
Oh, right here on the screen, yeah.
I love it.
Oh, and with
everybody's just kicking
all
ass.
our friends are here.
Everybody
Hey,
here
Gay
kick
Love.
ass. Even Russ.
I saw that you texted me, but I can't find it now. Gay Love. So do it again, please.
You need to give her a phone number. It'll be easier.
I'm not going to do it right here.
Well, I didn't mean over this.
But I can't find it on Facebook.
Good Lord.
I'm only on
read your
Facebook.
number out, Mel. No one will ever call it.
Chris. It's a terrible time to start.
I can't.
Yeah, right.
I will.
Picked a terrible day to stop smoking meth.
Yeah, exactly.
Survival gear.
There we go.
That's Brian.
That's me,
That
guys.
young lad in the bottom left-hand corner there is a good dude. He weathered the bushcraft disaster of
Prepper camp.
Hardin, Kentucky, or
Hinman. So you're talking about that was 2 disasters this year. Hinman was the first night we got there, we set up our campsite, and it was reported, I guess, about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it touched down right at 3 o'clock in the morning, stayed for a solid half hour, then left. The town directly next to us, a tornado hit, and man, it was just everybody's stuff was demolished that was outside. You know, our tent, our dome tent, went from here to like this, snapped the poles, but at least it was still there. Some of the guys, like, their stuff was just gone, just totally gone.
Yeah, it cracked me up the next morning. And Russ, as Russ knows, we didn't feel shit where we were camped. But we get back up there the next morning, and I walk.
Oh yeah, I mean Pete. We didn't.
Yeah, Pete got blown away too. That's right.
Pete was over there with Brian. Yeah. Pete almost got blown away.
Damn.
Yeah, I got PTSD from that moment. I'll never go back there. I'll never go to Hinman, Kentucky again.
I'm never going back there.
Jesus Christ.
I go out the next morning and I walk out the back of the expo center to where the bushcraft camp was.
Right.
And there was shit everywhere. I mean, it looked pretty third worldish. And they were all griping and grumbling, and I'm walking around going, what the fuck? You're all survivalists.
Right.
Fucking survive. You know? I was giving them shit, man.
Survive.
But I was prepared for prepper camp that was Hurricane Helene hit during prepper camp, and I was stuck in that one too. So that was no fun.
Go get your bird. Hey, Corey, you're posting Florida updates. What about Amendment 2? Did it pass?
Let's look here what we got.
Amendment 2 is about codifying hunting and fishing into the Constitution so it can never be taken away. So Trump has won Florida according to Zero Hedge.
Yeah, they're saying Fox is saying Trump won Florida. CNN is saying Trump won Florida. Although,
Yep. All right.
CNN is saying 105 to 27, and Fox News is going 111 to 72 right now.
What, as far as electoral votes?
Yeah.
Okay. Battleground races. Georgia are too early to call. Well, we'll keep watching it. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but if you look at there's your numbers for Georgia.
Where?
You can read that 52.
I can't.
Oh, wait, go back to Georgia. I missed it.
Read that. I don't have glasses.
PA's not looking too good.
Let me add it back.
Yeah, it's turning blue.
Yeah.
I'm watching Fox News right now.
Turning blue? Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. They say they're turning blue, but they're fucking cheating their asses
all the
off.
Amish?
I agree with that.
Isn't that where all the Amish are? They're voting.
There's like 80,000 Amish in PA, and they've got their friends driving them to the polls.
Take that down.
Take what down?
This.
I don't want that, man. Hover over Pennsylvania again.
I can't even read it.
The Pennsylvania. They're showing. Oh wait, no. Pennsylvania is 65 to 33. Bullshit. There ain't no way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's no way she's twice the high.
It's Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. That's it.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I guess.
But
what's the name of that street that Shane's so proud of?
Shane.
Kittering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some road there in one of the in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Oh.
Where all the crackheads and everywhere.
Yes.
Ma's in the house. You probably popped in early,
Yeah.
Ma, but I didn't see you just now. If I was a curiosity one radio.
Kensington.
Kensington.
Yes.
Kensington Boulevard. That's where they're getting all their absentee ballots
yes.
from.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it, Patrick. Thank you, sir. I knew you could pull it off for me.
Yeah.
But you're in Michigan, Patrick, and you're in a blue state.
Yeah, what's
I
happening
don't
there?
know what to think about you anymore.
It's not his fault. He probably voted.
He lives there. No one's holding a gun on him.
Well, I'm sure he voted.
And he knows I'm only fucking with him.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. Were you fucking with me?
No, I was fucking with Patrick Seven on here for living in Michigan, which used to be called Michigan. Whatever happened to Michigan? It used to be Michigan.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that state?
Yeah. ISIS capital of the United States, Michigan.
So Patrick says Michigan is only a blue state because they allowed 140% of the voting population to register. And that's true. I did see that earlier last week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Battle Gnome. All right. PA is only 16% counted right now. All right. There's still hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think our polls were open until 8 p.m. I mean, I'm a PA guy. I think they were open until 8. They just closed an hour ago.
The Amish are letting their women vote. So in Pennsylvania, and I believe we need to take the 19th Amendment away. But right now, it's really good, and they should vote. So
I think they should vote. That says something though. When the Amish are coming out and flying Trump flags, American flags, riding around with their wagons and buggies, that's a huge statement. People just aren't.
They're
quite
doing that in Japan. They're having parades with Trump floats.
I've got buddies in South Africa that today, when they raise their South African flag, they raise the American flag right beside it.
Nice.
Just to show solidarity. They know what we're fighting for because they're living it.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
we're going to be living it. Hopefully not, but we are in the fourth turning, and it's.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Let's get on over.
I'm just curious to see what tomorrow brings.
Yeah. You have any flashes?
And next week.
Oh, there we go. North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming all went red. Nebraska is, of course, split.
You know why the wind blows so hard in Wyoming?
Went blue.
What happened?
You know why the wind blows so hard in Wyoming? Because Nebraska sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if you live in Nebraska, guys. I drove through there. There's nothing but corn stalks and goose shit.
They got some good pancake houses there, though. Middle of nowhere.
Great photos of the kids and were there sunflower fields in Nebraska?
No, that wasn't Nebraska.
Where was that?
Not Nebraska.
Did somebody just say they got good pancake houses?
Yep, in Nebraska.
Yep.
The whole state. The whole
they do.
State. That's the only shit you can come up with is they got good pancakes.
This will tell you everything.
Come on, man. That's a low blow, man.
This will tell you everything you need to know about the state of Nebraska. In Lincoln, the state capital, in the city limits, is also the state prison. Right there when you drive into Lincoln.
Really?
The prison's right there.
They're all crazy about their
Thank you. I'm from Louisville, man. I can't say much.
No, you really can't.
What state's that in?
What? Good God, Kurt.
I don't get it.
So they're showing Trump with 178 and her at 113. But we got to get through all these western states that are going to be source of the fucker.
Emory?
Yeah,
that's where Licensio is.
We were there. Right?
Yeah.
What's that, Brian?
Yeah.
Trump took Wyoming.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Love Wyoming.
Yeah.
Love Wyoming.
Well, I read over there in the comments there, Chris. Larry Dial grew up on Kensington Avenue over there in Philly. We'll have to get him and Shane together at Mountain Readiness.
That would be a lot of fun, actually. Yeah.
Shane's always a lot of fun. He's weird.
Weird's the word.
Mhm.
Oh, I love him, but he's still a
great
weirdo.
dude. Abortion marijuana amendments fail in Florida.
It did.
What does the abortion mean?
Don't talk about it to me. We help protect the lives of the newborn, so it stopped it from happening.
So the government doesn't get involved.
Right, I believe so.
Okay.
So yeah, we were trying to keep track, and we went to vote. It was like, good Lord, trying to remember all the things. Yeah. John Cox says late tonight, the Democrats will skid a bunch of found late votes. Of course, they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Caleb Mount, we know who you are, Caleb. Don't worry, we know who you are. California is gonna fuck Trump. Yeah, they will with all their votes, but still. I think there's some talk that has been said that like it's really important that even if you think Trump's going to win your area, like go out and vote anyway. They're like because the popular vote is going to come into play this time.
Right. And
let me ask you guys: have you heard this rumored statement by Jamie Raskin saying that Congress will not certify the vote if he wins?
Yeah, this is the enact the 14th.
That's some drastic shit right there.
I've heard it. I've also
I watched Jamie
Supreme Court has already said that doesn't come into play.
It does.
In a committee member on C-SPAN, in a committee vote or a committee meeting, he said he would not ratify the Electoral College for somebody who's committed treason against the United States.
Oh, well, Trump has not been convicted of treason.
Continue.
I'm getting her back in here. I know you try to run and hide. I'm fixing that shit. It's like Joey over here on camera shy and shit. Well, it's only because she's not wearing her Grogu costume because she plays that guy in The Mandalorian. She plays Grogu. She's that tall. Like she's.
Joey,
Wait. She does have a Grogu shirt on, so all right.
all over the house.
He's
there's
everywhere.
Gotta be 60 of them.
He's everywhere. But it's I like
more.
it.
There's more than 60.
But I like it.
They're
I
all
like it.
over. Yes.
Right.
Hey Pete, when are we going to see the movie Homestead, man?
December 21st.
There you go. I think Chrissy is rounding up tickets for that. Chrissy and Guy possibly, but yeah, 21st.
Yeah, I told her
So that's going to be exciting.
do a 5 or 6 o'clock movie. We're driving. Everybody's got to drive. So early.
No, it's going to be at 8 o'clock in the morning for you.
Fuck
Mel.
you.
We know she'll never make it.
We won't be there. I don't have movies at 8 o'clock in the morning anyway. I'm sure.
Uh,
I know it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of the guys that were involved in that production actually.
all right, I got to bounce for a little bit, guys. If you're still on later on, I'll jump back on. I got one more podcast, and
Yeah,
then
Pete.
I'll hang out with the cool kids again.
Thanks for
But-
joining in. We're just going to kind of keep this open and running.
Keep those
Watch
little,
the
keep your little
shenanigans.
ones. I'll be back.
If we,
See ya.
others,
We'll be around, brother. Thanks for being here, Pete. Appreciate you, man.
don't record. Later, man. Go God.
Oh,
Yeah, right here. Like Battle was saying, he goes, and I saw this too, and fact checkers on Twitter said this was a lie, but I saw the video Raskin saying they would cause an insurrection, civil war to block the vote. They said they would go in and tell people they're not going to certify it and allow a civil war to be fought about it. I saw him say that on camera.
Yeah. And
So-
like Teresa is typing. And like Teresa is
What'd you
typing
say,
over there, Raskin wants to use the 14th Amendment, but the Supreme Court has already ruled on that.
Yeah, they can. They can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. The Homestead based on Blackwater. Yeah, Homestead. That movie is based on the Black Autumn series, and Kevin and Ross are friends of mine. Those guys that did it. So
Good stuff.
we're gonna have. watching from the house. The life is me crazy, and she don't need me with her. No. Just remind her. I'm trying to get a to pop in for me too. She was chief of staff for Ted Yoho during his term, and when he retired, she won his seat. And Kat Kamek is an awesome representative for the people state of Florida. She is
true
fantastic.
patriot. We love her to death. She's a true patriot. She loves America.
Here's an interesting one. It's that the hypersonic nuke tests we're doing tonight when the polls closed.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
they're doing that because
I saw that right before it came on. That was kind of interesting.
Fireman of the Ocean. They're doing that because Russia recently tested another one of their Sarmat 2s, which we call Satan, and it failed spectacularly. And I think that we're doing that and to show him what a real launch should look like. Even though we did a Minuteman launch right after that. Electoral votes in D.C. now, are they closed? Are those in? Whoop. Let me get rid of that. Fat finger and stuff. So are D.C. votes in now? No, they are. Or are they? I can't tell. I can't see the map.
But it mostly is red, right? It's mostly red. Yeah.
Well, it's mostly red, but California, Seattle, Washington, Oregon, the whole West Coast is going to go blue.
Those are the ones in between.
Yeah. I saw one thing that had Trump at over 300 electoral votes, and I was like, I really hope that's the case.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of votes. Those 3 states.
Oh, it is.
Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico. Probably. They're a single digit though. Who cares? I can't remember the exact number of votes in each state, but
it's you can't read it public on the.
They haven't called Georgia yet.
No, they're not calling Twitter for a while. New Hampshire went Harris. Bullshit. Of course, New Jersey did.
Aren't they the what's their state motto? New Hampshire.
Live free or die.
Live free or die.
They're calling North Carolina for Trump.
We live there.
Yeah, they want to die. They, may your train.
Ohio.
Trump got Ohio.
A great state to be from.
Yes, it is.
There. Oklahoma.
How many electoral votes is Pennsylvania, Russ? I can't see that map that good.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm refreshing.
All right, man. All right.
South Carolina.
I'm getting out of CNN.
I like South Carolina. South Dakota. I love South Dakota. Oh, it's Trump. Yeah, this is all Fox.
Yeah, this is.
This is on your TV, man.
Yeah, we got double amplified.
Oh.
Pennsylvania, 19, Chris. New York, they're saying is going blue, of course. 28 electoral.
Louisiana for Trump too. Oh, they are now. It's red. I just saw another one switch.
Nice.
Well, you got.
I just saw that, whatever that is, right there.
Is Virginia? It's like
Connecticut.
Border, like Kentucky.
Ooh, a shitty state. Delaware is a shitty.
Let me see.
State
Trump
too.
took North Dakota. To lose their ever-loving minds when if Trump wins. The left, you guys thought the summer of love of 2022 was something. You're going to be invested in seeing Donald Trump go down. Not only our domestic useful idiots here through our open border are going to give them guys a green light, and it is going to be crazy. Great question, first time voter. What are you asking? What? All you see this two over here. Even when that's there, they don't fill the whole screen. It's interesting watching these change. I remember the first time Trump got elected. I was sitting in my office because I knew he was going to lose. But as the night wore on, he started climbing. I lived until he got over the threshold. Because I really did not think they were going to allow him to win.
Where were we living?
Same house.
Really?
Yeah,
We were.
we were. Troy, who are you pulling for, man? You writing in a third party libertarian candidate or what?
Libertarians try to get it, but you're gonna not help anybody.
Yeah.
It's not gonna matter. You're not gonna matter.
Oh, we are crapping on you. Book and X are running the same shit that we're doing here. And this is just, just, all right, so wow, they're showing a big blue swath. Colorado, Kansas, Missouri,
Let's
Illinois,
bring old
and Michigan.
in.
What's up, T?
Here we go. There's Mr. Bob T2. What is
going on, homies and homiettes?
He said, "Homie,
We have it. My dude back there in the background chilling. I like that pimp and ride too, Donnie. That ride is straight pimp.
I don't
I
know.
haven't seen it. Don't encourage me.
No, I don't feel like I deserve it, dude. It's like magic carpet.
Can have to get override.
Hey, look here. That
No,
ride
it's a
is
nice
so pimp.
I missed it. What did you get?"
That ride is so pimp that it's almost like it was Willie Brown's ride. It's that pimping.
I was gonna get a hat and a feather.
Oh, I need to see.
Get your
Oh,
pair
I
of them
missed it.
platform
What'd you
shoes
get?
with goldfish in
What
the
line?
bottoms.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
I like
So, Donnie, what did you get?
The Alexis GX 460.
2023 used one. But
Yeah.
when I got my
like
Mustang, and I just got my Mustang out of the
There
shop
it is.
today.
What's up, Christy?
When did I get my Mustang?
Christy? Mr. Patrick.
Yes.
Seven.
We got it out of the shop yesterday.
Yeah. But when I first got it, I was like, "Can I lift this motherfucker and put some big tires on it?" And he's like, "No, bitch, no, you cannot do that."
No, we're not doing that. This classic Mustang. Well, I just tried upping the volume on the mic, guys. I hope that's better.
check.
Can you hear us?
What Wi-Fi am I connected
Check,
to?
1, 2,
Is it
check.
free McDonald's Wi-Fi or?
What are you talking about?
I'm asking. I don't know.
Whose house are you?
I'm connected. Hey, y'all, hold on. I'm gonna switch connections. I'm connected to my phone.
Oh,
Y'all, hang on just a second.
Blame it on me.
I'm gonna.
yeah.
Sitting
I'm
there
gonna
with some of
switch.
the best Wi-Fi
Is that
in
it?
the state of
Yeah,
Florida.
that's it, dude.
I know,
Connected to
right?
his phone. Boom.
That looking good. Look the
We'll be
roll
back in a minute. I'm sure.
Brandon, there we go.
My Wi-Fi. used to
There we go.
pull into
I thought I was connected on his Wi-Fi. I did not know I was connected to my phone of
that
all
better?
this shit. Yeah. Does it sound better to y'all? Is that better? Everybody's saying audio
Dude,
scratchy.
look at
What's up,
us.
Patrick? K Love, Guy,
All right.
Full House. Love.
Well, hopefully the audio is cleaned up now. I connected to real Wi-Fi. I did not know I was running on my phone. I had no idea that was
Oh,
even
man.
on.
Wow, you're lucky. Are you on Verizon?
Huh?
You on Verizon?
Turn it off.
I'm gonna get 2 bars.
No, I'm on. We have AT&T. All right, that killed that. So now we have better audio. All right, who's texting?
I don't even know where my phone is. So.
All right, so what? Russ, we watching for another guest to pop in without warning.
Just out of nowhere. That's how I roll.
Miss
Okay, I'll
Cat,
keep an eye out on the bottom.
Right in.
a lot
right
better,
out.
much better. Sorry, guys. Apologies for that. Yeah.
Oh, I would love.
All right. Yeah.
I gotta
much better.
pull my foot down around because.
And guys, we'll do the same thing as we did last time when Miss Cat comes in. We'll drop everybody else out. So.
Hey, I'm going to take off anyhow, guys. I got to get up back on the road mighty early in the morning.
All right, brother.
Backed up, Brian.
I gotta go get time.
See y'all.
Have a great night,
All right,
Brian.
guys. Good seeing everybody. Have a good night.
See you, Brian.
Yeah.
See ya.
Did it leak?
I'm a tiny little bit, but I'll get a picture up. I'm trying to get up.
Let me get some.
You want to get it? You're faster. Just give me a couple of them.
Sue and Troy, what's going on, guys?
How are you, T?
Doing good. Doing good. You guys still out there doing the things?
Yeah, we're still working a little bit.
Sue's been running around this week. I've been trying to fix up a rental house. Finally got it fixed up today. And now my day's freed up a little bit more.
Well,
Nice.
you've been in the truck stop parking lot again, making 20
No,
bucks?
no. That's hey, $20. This is what it is.
Yeah, Troy and I are losing money over there. On this side, actually.
That's good.
Yeah,
money,
I'm
man.
about to go find me a truck and stuff.
Right? Yeah, but enough about Harris.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna come over to your side and we're gonna offer $10 because we're losing money over here.
Right. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
undercut the what do they call them?
That's how you do it, man. Cut them deep.
We're gonna
Cut 'em deep,
compete
cut 'em
against
out.
Oh, it's okay.
Low ball the shit out of them.
Yeah. Where we at?
Oh.
How's the farm going?
Oh man, I've been out working all day in the rain, and it was supposed to end by noon, but it didn't. You know, so I was drenched half the day. So now I'm all sleepy and tired. I'll make it a few minutes. I just wanted to pop on here and see what was shaking in the land of Angery. I still say that Willie Brown's little hooker is going to get it. That's where I'm at with it.
Trump takes Wisconsin.
Why are you working in
really?
Why?
So they're just showing.
Give it to me.
Oh, he didn't take it. There's only 4% of the exit poll. Only 4% of the votes been counted. Wisconsin.
Yeah, but they're showing Trump already. That's why it's BS that they do these so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Troy,
Did you
Troy
see
and I
on
are sitting
Fox
over here in
the
North Carolina? We're wondering how the hell Robertson lost so bad to Stein is for the governorship. On the presidential race, Trump is ahead in North Carolina, but Stein, it's already been called. Stein, the Democrat, wins the governorship in North Carolina.
he beat,
I don't know how that
beat
could be
Robinson out. Good night.
Robertson, it's already been called for the governor. Stein is the governor, the Democrat.
Of course.
And the one thing that's blowing my mind, I was mentioning it to Sue, always muted. I was saying, like, Buncombe County is blue as it could be still, even after this last, 36 days of where's the help? We're still voting blue, baby.
I saw one lady.
Mind blowing.
I saw one lady that was up in the mountains, and there's some people up there, shooting video, and they asked her what she thought of the federal government response, and she thought it was wonderful. She thought they were doing everything they needed to do. She had everything she needed, and she was definitely voting for Kamala.
Did you guys see the I like to know where they get these little polls and numbers from. I was watching Fox earlier, and it had a poll that said, good with the economy and not good with the economy. Satisfied with the economy, and it said 35% is satisfied with the economy. Who in the hell is the 35% that's satisfied with the economy? What,
That must be those with
undocumented
5
immigrants?
million or more in the bank.
Well,
You know?
that's something else we was talking about.
Yeah, Troy and I figured it out. It's cities against the rest of the country.
Yeah.
When you're in a
Right.
city and you live in a condo and you don't have a car and you don't have a loan for a house or a car and you don't understand you don't understand what interest rate means, then oh man, you're going to vote Democrat because you want the rest of all those hardworking people to serve and be enslaved to support cities. So if people like Troy and I who own property, own land, we're the ones that's going to pay all that money so those fat asses can sit in the city and play on their phones all day long.
I don't know, man.
Wow.
Anybody who is involved in a 15-minute city or loves the 15-minute city is voting for that two-bit cheap lying whore. I mean,
you
because
don't own anything,
That's
so
Millie
you don't
Brown's
have to
hooker.
worry.
involved in a 50. Nobody else wants a 15-minute city in their, true.
She always calls
The
it that.
second that they come out of the city, and
I don't even call her by her.
and now they
I don't know any Greek
Her
goddesses.
birth name.
It's wild.
What'd you say, Troy?
So I was saying that with the second they come out of the city and they try to buy a house at 9% interest, and then they go and pay 35% property tax. I mean, you start realizing, wow, maybe the city life isn't what it's cut out to be. It's the second.
But
that
even
you start
then-
owning things is when you start having to pay.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But even then, I mean, rent in these cities are astronomical.
Oh yeah.
It'll never
I mean,
come down.
In
though, just-
Chicago, for a little condo, it's nothing to pay a couple grand a month. That's and God forbid you have a car. Now you're paying another couple grand if you want to park it anywhere.
Yep.
You know, so just that alone, I don't understand the thought process on this. I do understand that watching television today, I feel like I'm like, here I am in the good old United States of Venezuela. That's what it feels like at this point. Straight communist.
Did any of you guys catch the chatter today that there are some Americans, is how it's put, just Americans that are actively involved in an attempted coup in Venezuela right now?
No kidding.
Yeah.
I have not heard this.
Sue, you didn't catch in on any of that, did you?
I missed
They
the
didn't
whole
say-
question. Somebody just tried to call us. What'd you say?
Oh, there's some chatter today that there are Americans involved. That was all they said, Americans involved in an attempted coup in Venezuela presently.
There was several years ago. Did they attempt another one?
There's presently one underway, is what I understand.
Well,
And
I'm awful pissed off that they didn't invite me.
yeah. Let me ask you guys this: what do you guys think about the North Korean soldiers being sent to Russia and straight to the Kursk front lines,
and they're fodder. That's good.
where they are presently having their asses handed to them, like in a big way?
I'm like,
That,
why is
that tells me
there?
that Putin is losing power. His power is slipping and waning if he's bringing in Koreans to fight his war.
And it's got the South Koreans fired up so bad that they're having thousands of soldiers and ex-soldiers apply to go join the Ukrainian army just so they can go kill North Korean soldiers.
He needs to just stop. Just be like, okay, I quit. I give up. But he's not. He's Putin, and he will never do that, will he?
No, he'll not give up.
He's
No.
like Trump. He's a little bit like, I'm not quitting.
Yeah.
You know, and he'll stay there.
He's thinking about it different than we would. I think he's using this more along the lines of a training exercise.
Well, Kim Jong-un is, because he has no combat trained troops whatsoever.
Yeah.
Putin's looking at, this has allowed me to hold off another conscription, which is politically terrible for him. And he thinks he's getting soldiers. And I watched a video of a Russian stormtrooper who said that in the middle of the firefight, the North Korean soldiers started shooting at them, and they were engaged in a three-way firefight between the North Koreans, the Ukrainians, and the Russians.
Goodness.
Which I thought was bad news. I was like, that couldn't go any better in my opinion. You know? Yeah.
I got a joke on it. I'll tell you later.
Alexis Keegler there says, imagine seeing the world for the first time and having to fight on top of that. I read another little tidbit too coming out of Ukraine, that since North Korean soldiers have never had access to the internet, they are binging on porn. That's like all they're doing when they can is they're binging on porn because they've never seen that before.
I love Pornhub.
Well, even in South Korea, it's banned. You have to use a VPN. So
well, it's not that hard.
How would you know that, Troy?
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Did you take a federal government sponsored trip
one time
to South
coming
Korea?
home and Robbie was looking at me and she goes, "Look what your son's been doing on his cell phone." I said, "What?" She said, "Look at all those porn sites." And I got on the phone, I looked, and I was like, "Oh, son, let me show you some better porn sites."
This is for amateurs. Let me show you some real stuff.
You watch porn on your cell phone? I was like, "I'm a guy, ain't I? Come on."
Could you imagine being kids get them so young, being a 13 to 15-year-old, like when we were 13 to 15 years old, and having all of the porn in the world in your pocket? I mean, I remember we had to find old magazines.
Remember how deep under that mattress we hid our penthouses?
we hid them in a fort in the woods.
Man,
bag of beer.
You ain't never seen the Spring Bra collection, 1976.
Better been learning how to fast it for a long time.
Yeah, Alexis, I keep up with Chosen Company. I know who they are, but I will tell you this now, Alexis. I am not a pro-Ukraine guy, and if you ever want to know why, we can have a long discussion about why. So,
No, I agree with you. I was over there in Ukraine last December, and when you're walking around Kiev, and all those military-age males got the little man buns going on, and they're wearing three-piece suits, and all the malls are stocked to the ceiling. All the shelves are full. It just looked to me like, these guys aren't. They don't really care about their own freedom. And as far as freedom goes, they say, democracy is at stake in Ukraine. Ukraine, it never has been a democracy or a republic. Don't let them bullshit you.
No.
That is a dirty country. Bunch of dirty.
Oh yeah, they're corrupt as hell. I mean, I remember when shortly after all this began, I remember when Zelensky's parents bought a seaside villa in Israel. Where'd that come from? And I worked with an NGO one time that sent over IFACs, like a lot of them, but they air tagged a couple of them and followed them, and they were on the black market within 3 hours of landing in Ukraine, being sold at the black market.
Yeah.
Seriously,
very corrupt place to be. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We've had javelins and AT-4s show up in South America that were issued to Ukraine. So
East Europe,
they're selling that shit off.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was pretty wild. We'll send over a ton of liquidated cash to Ukraine, right? But then trying to get any sort of liquidated cash into a national emergency with the fucking hurricane event over here, it's not happening.
Well,
It's only supplies.
You guys remember when Rumsfeld stood in front of a camera and said, "We lost $1 trillion in cash in Afghanistan. We can't find it."
Yeah.
A
Wish I had that kind of problems.
A trillion.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go. There. Yeah.
The camera.
Head out.
I got tracking turned on. I'm going to turn tracking off here in just a second.
What's up, Joey? Joey's all hiding back there in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, look at there.
Are you sitting there on the couch with your hatchet?
Yeah.
It is.
Women 40 and over swing both ways.
Notice
with the hatchet.
marbling. Notice the marbling.
Marbling.
Handcrafted by the hands of an artesian craftsman. A hell of a man. And he's a very quiet man, but he's a craftsman. And he speaks he speaks all the time. But anyways, his work's really fucking good, too.
What was the nickname we came up for that, Chris?
He made it.
Up there?
I'm talking about T. We're joking.
What was that?
T's my boy.
What was the nickname we came up for that call?
Oh, it was the Hobbit hatchet.
The Hobbit hatchet. That's right.
Look, yeah,
I was sitting here trying to remember the Hobbit hatchet.
It was the Hobbit hatchet.
My precious.
It's a movie.
Oh, I can't.
Cut it out.
Actually, it's not.
Who's number two?
I don't know why the camera's wanting to fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know. That thing's all over the place.
It is,
It's like
and it won't
Donnie
go
and
back.
Joey's trying to hack each other up back there with that thing.
Next time.
All right, tracking's off. Now I can control the damn camera. Oh, it's a little clunky, but it works. Yeah, see, it's thinking. Try this again.
What's up, dude?
Zip. Zip.
We're just dealing with stress in different ways, man.
We
We're all
all-
full
yeah,
of
we're
anxiety, stress.
I'm getting seasick.
Stress.
We're getting,
This son of a bitch will be on my gun range tomorrow if it keeps fucking with me.
You know,
we're getting melodied.
we don't get up until 11 every day.
Yeah, well,
Close enough, fuck it.
I got to work.
Opie,
Just to-
did you make it
Yes,
shorter?
Andrew, that was
Yeah, let me see
Andrew,
that.
that was
It's a,
specifically made.
Yes, Opie,
specifically
this
made
is
shorter
the Hobbit,
version.
the Hobbit hatchet right here. See how
it's
short that
okay
is?
to be itty bitty.
That is the Hobbit hatchet right there.
Yeah, it's a little bitty.
Right there.
Yeah, watch yourself. That's your little
Right.
hatchet.
She'll cut your kneecap slap out from under you.
I don't want to hear no
Clean
attitude.
off.
I just gave it to you.
Shipping him
Women
to
over 40 swing both ways.
Got my cousin in the house. What's up, brother?
Am I right? Especially with a hatchet, because you won't
Someone may need to ask a question. Don't start trashing my kin. Battle Gnome's pissed for talking about you.
Who?
What?
Who?
Yeah,
Corey, Battle
we
Gnome.
said.
Oh, Corey?
Yeah. He's an Oompa Loompa. I mean, he's a shorter person, too.
Vertically
Cool, Battle Gnome.
challenged.
Cool.
Taller than me. Corey's taller than me. I'm only 5'3".
Opie, that's what your old lady said,
Hey.
too, bro.
Out of the way, Peck.
What does Opie's wife say?
Well, Opie says it looks so big when she holds it. And I'm like, that's what your old lady says, too.
That's what she said.
They're like, what did you see in Joey? I said, small hands.
On the U.S. testing a supersonic nuke tonight.
Oh.
Great.
Of course.
On election night?
Yeah,
If it
well, of course.
if it goes like the rest of the tests, I'm really not looking forward to it.
Who it Russia is?
No, we are.
Oh, the hypersonics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Our government's
Aren't
doing
all
all
ballistic
kinds of
missiles
shit
actually
tonight,
hypersonic?
No.
right?
No, ballistic missiles.
Aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're all hypersonic.
Only on re-entry.
Oh, yeah, on re-entry.
Only on re-entry.
Yeah, they can't.
But hypersonics can fly in the atmosphere.
Yeah, they can't fly
Isn't our
vertically. Yeah,
government doing all kinds of
that's
stupid
fly
shit tonight?
exactly.
Ladies and gents, I've had a long day. I wanted to stop in. I hope I'm going to jump out of here, but I hope when I wake up in the morning, all is well. We'll see how it goes.
Well,
I'm hurting for you, man.
your optimism is refreshing, T.
Yeah,
That's
I'm hurting
um,
for you. dog. Hurting. Because I
Right.
didn't work all day. I just flicked rubber bands at the ceiling.
We're gonna have an HF net figured out here pretty quick that we'll be passing out to everybody.
Right on.
Go ahead and
Look at
pass
the
it
bright
on.
side, T. If you become a criminal, at least you're sleeping with the judge.
That's true.
Hey,
Right.
how's Mama feeling? Good?
And
That's
T,
it.
before you pop off, Chris, we are doing tomorrow night as a recap.
Probably. We might do a little short recap.
Okay.
My mom
might as
just
well.
told
I
me
mean,
that. My mom just told me
the
Chef
last-
Chitwood in Brooklyn County won again, and that dude's an asshole. I can't stand him. So
Ah. Yeah, tomorrow night we should probably do it. That'll probably be one of the last free live streams that we will be able to speak on.
we'll be able to do them till at least January 20th. Don't worry.
January 20th, right?
And then after that, we're going to move these to HF, and they'll be considered tactical in nature.
Right.
You know. And I hope you've been following Battle Gnome because he's been teaching you how to do one-time pads and figure all that shit out, guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, man. I can see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Be like, yeah, on it.
Chris said.
On it.
Chris said. Yeah, I need to. I probably need you to go ahead and ship me that thermal right away as well.
The box is the box is all together. It's going to go out Monday morning for you.
Sweet. Sweet.
Got
As
all the
long as
parts
it's here
finally.
before January 20th.
I'm going to ship it to you quickly.
No, your beautiful wife. I said hello.
I will. And the same
So
to
you
y'all.
will-
Yo, T, be good,
Night.
man. Hey, we'll catch you on the flip side, brother, man. Be good. Thinking
On
about
the flip side, guys, Troy, Sue, Russ,
See y'all too.
guys, be safe.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Later, man.
Hey, Sue, did you know Dan Fro?
Yes.
How well you know Dan?
Pardon?
How well you know Dan?
Oh, just briefly, he was up here when Troy and I. Well, actually, I was like the B team sergeant major trying to support everything. Lucky ass Troy was going on all the patrols, and we were trying to figure out. You would be proud of Dan Fro because I tried to get Alan Kay, our buddy Alan Kay, to come over and help me find out what happened to all the homeless in Asheville. Well, Alan is now a married man, and he was
Yeah.
but he gave us a contact named Art inside of Asheville, and I was like looking for volunteers to go in and talk to this.
The wizard.
You know, and Alan warned me. He says you probably won't get along with Art because you're too military. You're too you're too square. So you're not. And so I was looking around the volunteers I had left. I said, "Hey, Dan, I got a mission for you."
Oh, yeah. Nailed it. Perfect pairing, bro.
And I sent Dan Fro in my car that looked like a cop car because, there's a lot of looting and everything going on at that time in Nashville. So I sent Dan Fro in to meet with Art and talk about, okay, what happened to all the homeless people and why aren't they being counted on the casualty? Troy and I still can't figure that out. Why they're keeping that casualty count so low? They're
never going to release
3 times the bodies we know of that are still stored in containers waiting for identification and things like that. So maybe after this election, they'll actually admit how many people actually died.
I don't think they will. The homeless, from some contacts that I had in Nashville that I was talking to, they told me that when the storm started and the water started rising, all the homeless got under the overpasses and climbed up to the top of the overpasses, to get out of the wind and the water. But then those overpasses,
that still couldn't have saved them. They were
did not save them. And
yeah. Dan came back with a great report. Most of them got under the bridges there in the art district of Asheville, under the bridges, and that was not the place to be when the French Broad River just came down. It was 40 feet higher, crested 40 feet above its banks, and washed them all away.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Well, his truck broke down. I think he just got it fixed. I'm trying to figure out where the hell he's going. He asked if he could come crash at my place for a while. I told him, yeah. So,
Dan?
Yeah, so Dan might be coming to visit.
Cool. He's always a great guy.
Have you met with him yet? Because he messaged me saying that he was coming to meet up with you, like
Troy?
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I talked to him today or yesterday. I can't remember which one it was. We were talking quite a bit. He just had to spend like $11,000 on that truck. It blew the turbo and like
oh god,
with 8 injectors.
You're talking about the camper truck that he had?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the awning was the first thing that blew off of it. It's still sitting in my yard over here.
Oh,
the awning blew off. Yeah, well. Did it have the AC on top when it got to you, or was the AC on top gone?
I think he ripped the awning off on a power line. Was what he said.
He ripped the AC on the roof of it off on a hotel, like portico pulling in. It just sheared the AC right off the roof of it.
That RV ain't making it long.
Hey man, he's Navy EOD. What do you want? I mean, he checks all the boxes. He's a great dude, but yeah.
Yeah, he is a great guy. I mean, and you know where he was 5 weeks ago? He was on the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
So he was living out of a tent 5 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden he decided, well, I'm going to get an RV and travel the country.
Bob Lester in the house.
I just figured out who you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
Bob Lester's a good dude, y'all. Everybody say hi to Bob. Bob did incredible work getting supplies and stuff into Western North Carolina. I mean, everything from Baofeng radios and oxygen to blankets when the cold weather was coming. He did incredible stuff. Bob's a hell of a good guy, too. So thanks for being here, Bob, and thanks for what you did out there, bro, because he did a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's take a pick at this real quick. What do we got here?
We're at 195 to 117 on the Electoral College.
210 to 105, they're calling it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been on a commercial.
That's
break
on
for like 5
Newsmax
minutes
right
now.
there, Chris.
Yeah, this is Newsmax showing
Yeah,
210 to 105.
210 to 105.
Yeah.
Red makes my
Georgia is now
Yeah,
hash
but their
mark red.
Caldino was.
In what state did Harris lose?
It doesn't
Because
go
it's showing
red.
117.
Beat their fucking ass.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Well,
And
let's see
anybody
here.
interested, in March, we'll probably come up, Bob. In March, there is a live tissue lab taking place. If you don't know what that is, that's to teach you how to stop wounds on a living creature.
Oh.
It's all done with a veterinarian, and it's all, you know, as best it can be done. But you'll be working on hogs, dealing. It'll be hogs. You'll be introducing
I can do
tension pneumothoraxes, penetrating wounds, suturing, decompression, the whole shebang.
I want to learn
Is that like goat lab, but for hogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, goat lab, but for hogs.
Goats or hogs I can deal with. No kittens or puppies.
Yeah.
You know, or prairie dogs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Hogs I would love to.
But I'll get a hold of you, Bob. If it's in March, we'll probably come up and do that, dude.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that.
That'll be a good class.
Because that's after January 20th.
That's after January 20th. See, so all right, guys. So tonight's election
We're
night.
stuck here.
I'm not expecting too much shenanigans tonight. Tomorrow they can start. But what do you guys think as we get closer to January 20th? That's where I think the real shit show starts, is in January.
I'd say the majority of it's going to start tomorrow morning and probably carry over till January.
Right.
Well, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to
and everything. It's just, they're probably going to shut down Oregon again. And
Oh, yeah. The Portland Federal Courthouse will see another 93 nights of continuous assaults. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this is basically an election, cities versus the rest of the country. And if Trump wins tonight, I think the cities will burn themselves down and just start raising all kinds of holy hell, you know. And
me too.
Atlanta, Detroit, all these big cities won't be worth going to. You know, just avoid all big cities because everybody.
Oh yeah, avoid. Population density is not your friend. I've said it many times. Patrick, if I go to Michigan to do or go to Ohio to do the live tissue class, you need to get the time off and come over, and I'll make your spot for you.
Wait.
You need to come hang out.
Where's the class at?
Ohio.
I want to go to Ohio.
Ugh.
Just one more time before I die. Like I'm 50. I didn't spill shit.
I hate Ohio.
I'm not going to.
Uh-huh.
I have family in Ohio. I'd
Do
like
you
to see
even
them one more
14
time.
gauge needle? I've got bigger ones than that.
Do you have what?
Or 14 gauge needles.
Oh.
Let me see. He had 30 buses rented in the next 3 weeks with destination to be determined. Who has 30 buses rented?
14 gauge needles. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, Patrick, for real. You get a hold of Bob, find out the dates, or Bob posted dates right here for Patrick. He's one of my internet friends that we need to get in meet space with. We'll drag his ass to Ohio, put him in a live tissue class. John Davis, brother, good night. I don't know where you are in the country, but stay safe. That dude drives a truck. He's a good guy.
He's actually up in Michigan right now.
Oh,
well, you should go by to see Patrick 7, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battle Gnome. This is how we know there'll be problems. Be on the lookout for random pallets of bricks to appear.
Oh, yeah, like
That's how we'll know
yeah.
the shit's about to hit the fan.
Random pallets of bricks.
Yeah.
They had those
last
in
time.
Tampa.
Yeah.
They come.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how we'll know what's going on for sure.
I think that group's lost its teeth. They've been exposed.
We haven't heard any
So
of this.
there was just a black activist. I don't remember what state she was in. Big time black activist, just bested for running a fentanyl ring.
mean, that could
Activists for
listen.
what?
Black
Anybody,
Lives Matter people.
anybody in
Okay.
any party can be corrupted. You know,
True.
to be fair.
There's not
But when you
like-
look at the Black Lives Matter thing, BLM,
Oh,
how many
it's
of them have
surrounded
gone?
by corruption.
Well, how many of them have gone to jail for fraudulent donations and buying
people just
themselves
trying to make
mansions
money,
and doing all
yeah.
this shit?
Yeah.
You know.
It's
All
been
right.
proven to be a fraud.
Live tissue class, everybody, March 28th to the 30th in the Central Ohio area. Details will follow. Plan to take some time if you're in that area and come over and do this class. I'm telling you, it's unlike anything you've ever seen before.
What's the weather like in March? It's cold.
It's
right?
cool. Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in Ohio. I didn't grow up in Ohio, but I've been there in blizzards and shit. And
Bob, text
there's
me.
snow in March.
Either that or email me, Chris, and I'll get something made up on it.
Yeah, if anybody wants to go, hit us up. Hit up Russ or me, and I will get you details.
Yeah, Bob, can you send me the information on that class? Russ at angryamerican.com, and I'll make sure it gets out.
Caravan.
Oh yeah,
Caravan.
March is cold, he says, which would be even better. A
I
live
know
tissue
it's
class
cold.
cold is better than a warm one because the smells are way
I
less.
Oh yeah.
cold.
Oh, Trump. What?
like
Trump won.
78 to her 99 electoral
Florida.
votes.
Electoral votes?
Florida.
No,
electoral votes.
Mm.
So right now they're showing Trump at 195 and 117.
Okay. That might not be updated.
But still, he's smoking her. You know.
Well, right now, but West Coast hasn't. chimed
Yeah, I
in
know.
either.
The West Coast hasn't popped yet.
Once they count the West Coast ones, then we're pretty much dead even.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to come down to a couple states.
Yeah.
As it always
When you
does.
throw in
Rodeo.
California, Oregon, and Washington are all going to go for Harris. So you know.
Oh, absolutely.
We're looking at dead even heat right now. It's a close call.
Yeah. And who do we got left to call here? We've got, all right, so the Midwest.
Georgia.
North Carolina is still in play. Georgia's still in play. Those two should go Trump.
Yeah, tree.
And yeah, Idaho's going to go
Georgia.
Trump.
Might go. Georgia. I mean, last time it was blue as hell, dude.
Yeah, but
And
earlier they
controversial.
were showing it as red.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't.
I loved how some of the media was
North
saying.
Carolina is 52% to Trump, 42%.
I was watching some media earlier talking about how we won't have a decision tonight, guys. We won't know, because as the night goes on, there's going to be more votes coming for Kamala.
Uh-huh.
That's what they said. Not more votes coming to be counted, but there will be more votes coming for Kamala throughout the night.
They must be psychic.
Well, they are the fact checkers and arbiters of truth.
They
Where
are.
are these people at?
100%.
Mhm.
They're all
I have no idea.
Ministers of misinformation.
Yeah, ministers of misinformation.
Yep, that's what I said.
Yeah, but Bob, I like that, Bob. If I have to pay tax on unrealized gains, can I borrow money on unrealized profits? I think that's only fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Actually, quite brilliant.
It is.
It is quite brilliant. Yeah.
Totally. Idaho going Trump, Matt Yoder. Yeah, Idaho. I knew Idaho would go Trump.
Hey, Matt Yoder.
That would be like I don't know, getting loans for unrealized profits would be like going after Stormy Daniels and ending up with Lizzo.
Oh
Isn't
my
that shit
God.
very big fat person?
I mean, yeah. Yancey County, which today still has just under 600 homes without power, is over 70% for Trump. Hell yeah.
Hey, Matt, we're having a Thanksgiving thing on the 23rd, and we invited Tiffany, I know, so I don't know if she told you about it, but you're
A
welcome.
pre-Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, a friend giving. What's it called? Friendsgiving.
Free meal? I don't know.
It ain't a free meal. People are gonna bring shit. If better bring a dish.
Free meal for them.
You're gonna do turkeys. You're gonna fry turkeys.
I'm gonna
so-
fry turkeys.
Yeah.
Mark to market accounting. Bob's right. They did that with Enron. Most of them has already reported, and Harris is way behind where Biden was in VA may flip red.
They're saying Virginia still wouldn't play. It might go red.
Osceola
Virginia?
County,
Yep.
Osceola County votes 86,000 for Trump.
Yeah.
That's Florida, right?
That's where?
Tallahassee, Osceola County, right there.
Yeah. He's already won.
Well, I know he won Florida.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Well, they're showing
also.
it. They're breaking it down county by county, showing you how the votes went.
Just
Awful close for Osceola County, in my opinion, but them idiots down south suck too. So, my northern Florida peeps are my peeps. Yeah. Wow. 24. Maine. Trump.
no.
Oh, he took Maryland. Trump took Maryland?
No, Harris.
Oh, Harris took Maryland. Trump took Maine. Harris took Maryland. Sorry.
Harris took Massachusetts.
I was like, I'm calling bullshit on that.
Massachusetts. Michigan's probably going to go her way too.
Yeah, but
yeah,
Maine, I think Maine like Nebraska. In Maine, like Nebraska, they split their delegates.
I think so, yeah.
Hopefully, they're not like Vermont.
Boy, the swamp people of Mississippi went for Trump.
Missouri.
And now there's
went for
Missouri.
Trump.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nebraska.
Look at the
They're showing Harris 51%, Trump 48%, but saying he took Nebraska.
right. Yeah, so how that?
They're doing different districts. For
Oh,
Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
District 2, Trump.
Yeah, remember they split their delegations up, their electoral votes up in Nebraska.
Well, that's all right because he's taking most of the districts, it looks like.
Yeah, he's taking
Let him
3 of the
fight.
4.
Yeah. Good. New Jersey. Bunch of fucking morons up there. New Mexico, Trump's up. That's good. This should be interesting. That's going to be interesting.
Thank you, Christy. Those are so good.
Well, in about 5 minutes, we got 3 more states coming in. Nevada's coming in. Arizona polls are closed. We know that. Utah's coming in. And I think it's Montana. Montana, Nevada, and Utah are coming in about 5 minutes.
Montana, Nevada, and Utah. Well, that Montana, that's a coin toss because of all the Californians that have moved there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Utah, I would think, would go Trump, but I can't guarantee that. I don't know. I know Nevada's going to go for Harris.
It depends on if Kamala and them pissed off the Mormons.
Yeah.
I love Salt Lake City.
Let's see this real quick. So we're showing, 195, 117. She's gained a little bit of ground, but not much. Fulton County, PA, Donald Trump, 86.4%. Huh. 3-way split, yeah.
Over 4 million. He's got a 4 million person vote lead on the popular vote.
Nice.
4 million, huh?
Yeah. But the Democrats come out this time and say the popular vote means nothing.
Well, right before I drove by Stump Knockers, where Burnell, or was it what you said, Burnell? I went by a church that had a voting precinct in it, and dude, it was pandemonium.
Really?
Great, and a ton of Trump, no Harris people.
Oh, really?
All Trump.
Yeah, well, it was definitely the country a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that Marion County?
I don't know if that should be Marion.
I think it's on the other side of 75.
Well, it could also be Sumter.
No. It was on the east side of 75. So
Oh, that should be
probably Marion's good county.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think I was south of it, coming out, meeting a home builder in a beautiful neighborhood. Man, I tell you, Ocala is absolutely beautiful country, man.
It is.
It
But
reminds me of Kentucky a little bit.
then people in Marion County that run Marion County are a little out there on the edge for me.
Are they?
Yeah, a couple years ago, they floated the idea of going around and putting water meters on your well and telling you got this much free water a year.
Oh, your well, really?
And then you had to pay X amount for every gallon past that.
That went over like a foot.
Yeah, I actually called the people. I called the Marion County Water Department. I'm like, look, I live in Lake County, but I'm going to tell you this right now: if you fools start thinking about you're going to go out and put water meters on people's well pumps, you better send more than one dude at a time to do it. I said, because
Send
people,
bachelors.
I said, people are going to start getting killed. I said, I'll kill some bitch you think you're going to do it on my property. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and there's something about rights below your soil. You own what's below it.
Well, it depends on if you own your mineral rights or not.
Yeah, well,
And water rights. Water rights out west is a whole other thing.
Yeah, every state's fucking different.
Yeah.
A lot of states.
I'm going to let you guys take a TV commercial for a minute. I'm going to use the head and I'll be back.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Actually.
What'd you put on?
Oh, goddamn. Nothing. Y'all.
Oh.
That's the TV commercial right there.
How many people are? Oh, gracious.
Yeah.
Over here.
I didn't think of anything exciting. I didn't think of anything exciting.
Oh.
She's in.
Gotta get a pencil.
Singing song. Is it Christmas?
Oh.
We wish you.
Sorry, no.
I know we're grabbing my blue. Yeah. I wanted to wear.
There.
You look down.
I know. I'm like, okay. I wanted to wear my tatas for Trump to go vote, and Chris is like, no, dear, because remember this woman who had to take her shirt off because she wasn't allowed to vote because it had Trump on it, and I was like, I'll take my shirt off, and he's like, no, you won't, and it wasn't in Florida like he said it was in Florida. It was in New fucking Jersey, you know. So, but today I wore I'm going to vote for an outlaw and a hillbilly. Yeah. And I got a lot of comments on it. But everybody was like, awesome shirt.
That's all I got to say about that. Just saying.
No, you keep the convert. You're the guy.
What hell am I going to converse about? I'm sitting here with an American legend.
Trump wins.
His trusty sidekick.
Trump holding election night watch party in
versa?
Florida. Where is this watch party in Florida, and why aren't we there?
What?
That Trump is holding a watch party in Florida, and why are we not there?
He's in Mar-a-Lago.
You're nobody's.
I would have been
He's
in
at his
Mar-a-Lago.
resident in Mar-a-Lago. He's at his resident.
But he has a lot
Tucker
of people
Carlson's
there.
over there with him.
I would have been there.
Oh yeah.
I would have drove my Mustang there.
Hey, only if you sign an NDA.
I'll sign every NDA. I've signed NDAs. All right, I can. Another one. All right.
Signing them and
I'm
upholding
not
them.
doing anything with Trump. You know what?
I can't take this shit out. Excuse me.
Oh, now you're fucking leaving?
I'll be right back.
All right, they're calling Newsweek is calling Montana and Utah for Trump.
Yeah, polls closed in Indiana, Montana, and Nevada, and Utah. They're all closed. Election alert.
Yeah.
Long lines at some polling locations in Battleground, Arizona. Yeah, I was like, we had to vote. Oh my God. Chris, after we got home from being on vacation, Chris was so tired. He was sleeping all day, and it was Wednesday. And he was sleeping all day Wednesday. And I talked to my girlfriend. I talked to Nurse Ratchet on the phone, and I was like, we're going to go vote tomorrow on Thursday. And she's like, she texts me. She says, early voting quits today at 6. And I looked at that. I threw my phone down. I ran into the bedroom. I told Chris it's 3:45 in the afternoon.
No. Chris is in a dead sleep.
I said that.
When she comes in and screams.
I did. I was like,
name.
Chris, get up. I said, get up. It's 3:45. I said, we got 2 hours to vote. Early voting ends today. Please, we have to go. And he's like, I don't think I can vote. I don't know, you know. So he gets up, he gets dressed, and then she texts me back, and she's like, no, sorry, that doesn't stop until Saturday. And I'm like, you fucking bitch. You made me get up out of bed.
Made you get up out of bed? I was in bed.
I made you get up out of bed.
Nurse Ratchet probably did. Nurse Ratchet probably did that on purpose.
And then he laid
I
right
wouldn't
back.
put it past Nurse
Like, lay
Ratchet
down,
to do
baby.
that on
Lay down. I'm
purpose.
so sorry. I apologized, but we went and voted the next
Montana
day.
and Utah called for Trump. Let's see here.
Well, and I don't know where Teresa, what Teresa's watching in the back room or in the front room, but she's saying they just called North Carolina for Trump.
Oh, good.
They're still
I
showing
love
it.
North Carolina.
They're still showing it open here.
I hope. We love North Carolina.
Yeah,
South
I know.
Carolina.
Like I said, I don't know where she's watching. I know she's listening to Dan Bongino, but
I will never go if the state fucking votes for Trump. I'll never fucking visit that state again. Actually, I'm saying that right now, and I'm fucking serious.
Well, all right, you can stay home because I'm going to some places.
Where? What states would you go to?
North Carolina, I'll go there.
If they didn't vote for Trump?
Yeah, I'll still go because it's not all the people's fault. It's just the morons in Charlotte.
We do have to go to North Carolina twice a year.
North Carolina just voted for a Democratic governor again.
Yeah, I know. How'd your Republican governor get beat, dude? Come on now.
They had all kinds of trash. They were saying all kinds of trash about it. Because
I heard they pulled some pedophile stuff
yeah, they said he was a sexual predator. Yeah.
Yeah, if you notice,
they're saying he's a sexual predator. He's black. North Carolina's a bunch of racists. Hey, Chris, do you know what you call a black man who flies a plane?
What's that?
A pilot, you racist.
Pilot?
Pilot, you racist bastard. I was going to say a Tuskegee pilot.
You're saying a pilot?
And then I also had a qualifying question, too, but I held back on it. I was like, flying a plane or landing a plane?
Oh.
I did tell that joke to Emery, though. What happens to a Jew when he walks into a brick wall with a heart on? He breaks his nose.
No. Did we bring moonshine?
Well,
No, that's my tea.
Oh. We have a lot at home.
If you want moonshine, yeah.
We got all kinds of
have some over there.
mountain sweetness buried at the house.
Trump might flip Virginia. He's ahead 50,000 in Virginia.
He better.
Where are you guys watching, Sue?
We're watching Fox.
Watching Fox?
Yeah.
Hell, we're on Fox.
What?
Oh, it's probably scrolling. I'm just checking this thing because.
Well, this is called 270. Yeah, this is called 270 to win. This is where Teresa is watching and getting her information.
Ah. Okay.
I didn't know you're going to sit on my leg.
Hopefully, we're going to get lucky.
Hopefully.
We have to.
We got to.
But you know what? If we don't, we're in the fourth turning, and it's our job to grab them up by their fucking shirt collars and change this country for the better. However, we have to do it.
Oh,
yeah.
Right?
The dawn's early light, but so finally we have. They need a theme music.
See, even Corey's like, I voted for Trump. Go easy, Mel. Not all of North Carolina sucks.
Well, no, I know that. But I would just,
Well,
I mean, I love
Chris,
the
I'm going to
state.
pull
I
up this
love
map again. This is the CNN map.
This is the CNN map.
Yep.
Can't read it.
And
220 to
they're
108.
showing North Carolina. They call in North Carolina
for Trump.
New
South
Mexico,
Carolina,
Georgia, Iowa, Wisconsin, and PA and Maine are all leaning to Trump at the moment.
We could only be so lucky.
Maine has to vote Trump. I know Vermont won't with all those lesbians there.
Hey, Russ.
Yes, sir.
You should have been in broadcasting, dude. You should have been like Walter Cronkite.
He's got a face for radio.
He really does.
Yeah, yes, I do. Hey, I've said it once. I'll say it again. I got ugly covered when I get there.
That's it.
Did anybody hear that?
Sue has a face for what?
He's hiding his face. We can't even
As
see
he
through
should.
his face.
As he should in disgrace.
Thank you, Troy.
Yeah.
He's deep in thought over
Hey,
here.
hey, here's Sue. I'll tell you this.
And now the news.
Hey, Sue.
I love you.
When I met Dan, I asked him how he's connected to you guys. He's like, I couldn't believe it. He's like, I was standing right there with the real Sue LaRue, like the man himself, right there. And I'm like, yeah, he's not that big a deal. And he's like, do you know what he did? I'm like, fuck him, he's Sue.
Fuck that guy.
And I showed him the photo. You give me you had me in a chokehold, and he's like, "Holy fuck, god damn!"
But he was in awe, my friend. He was in awe. So,
Well, that's because I was peeing. He mistook me for a tripod.
it's that lean forward, dude. It does it every time. You need to start that lean forward.
Hey, Sue, all I know is this: that night, year and a half, 2 years ago, at Carl's class in Texas, where we flew in the helicopter. That night by the fire, dude, you were pimped the fuck out, dude, in that fucking cowboy setup, dude. It was badass. Like, I got to say,
Was that when she was using the flame
no,
thrower?
was that Kentucky? No, it wasn't. No, it was Texas. No,
Yeah, right before the hurricane, we was over at Carl's class up there.
Hey, no, I'm not kidding. He looked fucking badass, dude. Sorry.
He come out to the what is it? Pistol 101, Gun Runner 101, right? He's out there in the fucking full ass duster with the cowboy hat. He's got a 6-shooter.
Straight up, dude.
I had an old Army.
He owns it.
45 long Colt, and Emery was pissed. He's like, "What the fuck you gonna do with that?"
Let me shoot you with it once. I'll show you.
He owns that outfit.
Well, I know he does. Yeah.
Like when I wear a kilt, I own it. Like you can't just put a kilt on.
I saw a chick at a festival yesterday that reminded me of you.
Your whore mouth.
Because she was wearing a kilt.
Shut your whore mouth.
And granted, there's a lot more of her kilt than there is of yours. I got my buddy right here.
That's
Sue,
what I said. That's what Donnie said when he was in my tracking class. He goes, "Oh, I must be this guy we're following. He has a tail because there's something dragging behind him." I said, "No, that's me with a kilt."
So what's under your kilt, Sue? Your socks and shoes.
My buddy Opie right here, Sue. He says you could be his older brother, but I think if you two stood side by side, you could throw your arm over his shoulder and call him your son. No,
absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm not paying any back child support.
I'm not paying any back child support.
Is that Mel?
Where?
Right there. That's her seat.
That's Mel's seat.
Her
Yeah.
Saver.
It'd be like one of them things you put look on my head, like, like with them. Sorry.
Jack Skellington
really
and your seat saver.
A long day. Drove 200 miles.
Latino vote. Yeah, CBS just said if Trump gets even 40% of the Latino vote, Harris is screwed. Newsmax just said they are recounting 31,000 absentee ballots in Milwaukee. Imagine that. Enough of them didn't come up for Harris.
Yep.
30,000.
They got to find some more. They got to find some more. Yeah, James, rest in peace.
670,000 to 709,000. That's right around 30,000 votes.
Isn't it though? They're hoping and praying.
Wisconsin.
No, who's got the popular vote? I think Trump's still ahead on the popular vote by a couple million, isn't he?
I think he is.
42.01 to 36.97 of total votes.
Yeah, he's still leading
in Pennsylvania at 50%.
The redneck Jew is out.
Mexicans vote.
Still on, brother.
Oh,
do what?
The redneck Jew. Oh. Hey Ben. Somebody posted about Peanut and Fred, and then you deleted it. Chris is like, I would have hunted every one of them down.
If those animals, if that raccoon and that squirrel belong to me,
And we had them for 8 years.
And they sent a SWAT team in to kick my door down and hold me down in my front yard for 5 hours while they searched my house and cracked my safe.
Page 2 of the Ohio.
Every person associated to issuing that search warrant, signing that search warrant, and executing that search warrant would pay the price. That's just
Maybe not that night, but eventually they would have paid
oh
the
no,
price.
no! But every time they would know why it was happening to them.
Hopefully before they killed them.
Because that's so fucked up. I mean, at what point
So
did the people say this is bullshit? That squirrel and that raccoon wasn't hurting nobody.
They owned a 300 animal sanctuary farm.
Rescue, yeah.
With all kinds of other animals.
I've seen that happen with some dudes like $30,000 python as well. They used to buy the wrong animal. I was like,
wrong animal. Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Could you imagine? Apparently, that was somebody's pet for 7 years before they came in and took it.
Yeah,
it ain't right, man.
Yeah, they'd had that raccoon for like 8 years. Hey, Sue, you got a question on the screen there from Battle Gnome.
What part of North Crackalaca are you from?
Crackalaca.
I'm not from North Carolina. I married a Southern woman, and I can't blast her out of the South, but I live by Cherokee, a little town called Whittier. It's next to Silva, which happens to be the lesbian commune of the world. My wife moved me here because
I thought that was Vietnam or Vermont.
no, there's a bunch of lesbians here. You know, the Western Carolina University, right down the road. They're the ones who came up with the 220 pronouns we all love so much.
Oh, right.
I don't like.
I don't know any of them.
I told my wife I'm just here to convert lesbians back to the right cause.
I mean,
I was telling Freddie, it didn't used to be like this. I'd say all of this has happened within the last maybe 8 years. And that's maybe.
Yeah.
But it seemed to be we got a bunch of breweries in here. And then with the breweries come the crowd that hangs out at the breweries.
Come the hipsters. That comes the hipsters.
Yep. And then we got the college, which isn't doing anybody any favors. The college brings in all these kids, and then it's turned into, what do they call it? Like San Francisco of the mountains.
I wouldn't mind it being a lesbian commune, Chris, but remember those penthouses we used to hide under our mattress with the good-looking lesbians?
None of them look like that.
Nothing like that. This is nothing like that.
No, these are diesel dykes.
I look at these lesbians and I'm like, I understand why you're lesbian. You couldn't pick up a man if he was fucking.
And I use the term diesel dyke lovingly. I use that term lovingly because I got some lesbian friends, and I don't care what you guys think.
Yeah.
So
hey,
A
Sue, I got a joke. I got a joke for you.
Oh,
I taught a lesbian concealed weapons class, and it was probably one of the most fun classes I've ever taught.
How did you advertise that?
No, I have zero issue with gay or lesbian people at all. I'm friends with Chris.
Fuck you. Friends with me.
So one of them goes, "Hey Don, what do you call 100 lesbians with guns?" I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Militia Etheridge."
Militia Etheridge.
I'm like, keep them coming. Keep them coming.
I was just in a restaurant the other day with a bunch of lesbians, and I said, "Hey, all you lesbians,
zero.
I got something to say to all you lesbians." And they're like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Thanks for nothing," and walked out.
You know what? You know what the theme of my class is for them? The Second Amendment's for everybody.
Yeah. So Emery and Carl did a really good one over there at Mountain Readiness, and that was the women's only AR class.
Yep.
I don't know when they're going to implement that, but it needs to. They need to implement that.
That's a good
very
class.
often.
That's a good class. Yeah.
Carl?
Oh, the carbine class?
I think they're going to do that in May. I think they're going to do that in May.
Yeah.
The downside is I think it requires Emery. I don't know.
Ted Cruz.
Of course.
I think it requires Emery.
Ted Cruz just won in Texas.
Good. And good evening, I'm Ted Cruz.
Well, I like him.
I love Ted Cruz.
I like him.
I know, but he looks like a vampire.
Yeah,
I do love him.
Yeah, but he did win in Texas, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's all right. Look like an idiot.
I watched a woman today on Twitter sit and bawl about growing up in Texas and living in Texas and loving Texas, but lamenting the fact that she has lost all contact with her family because they're all racist GOP members now.
Racist.
And I'm like, well, I bet they don't miss you.
Racist.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you support Trump, you're racist.
I'm not racist. I support Trump. So there you go.
Yeah.
There's proof in the pudding right there, dude.
Well, I live in North Carolina, but I'm not a racist. I don't even watch NASCAR.
My Japanese girlfriend's racist as fuck.
That's what he said. I'm not racist. I don't even watch NASCAR.
You know, I learned a couple of new terms when people were coming in here for like volunteer work and stuff, especially within the first 10 days when they was coming in. We have acquired ourselves a weird fucking name. I guess people have watched a lot of movies, or we haven't networked ourselves as, Appalachia outside in the last 60 years. Because people were coming in here and we're like, we heard this was a sundown town. I'm like, what the fuck's a sundown town? And I was like, I can't say it on here. But anyways, we go. It wasn't 5 miles after they said this, and there's a black sheriff. And I was like, what are you guys, where are you getting your information at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a name I was thinking about.
They're still watching Burt Reynolds, and that movie was filmed right over here. Deliverance was filmed right down the road from Troy and I, and they're still watching Burt Reynolds and Deliverance.
The Cornbread Navy.
Cornbread.
But that has given us such a horrible name out here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Trump
won Iowa.
That's what Troy said right in front of all the volunteers. He was like, he's got a pretty mouth, doesn't he?
Oh my God.
He's playing a banjo, had one strap my overall off.
Yeah.
Trying to communicate the I guess tell them we're pretty normal over here, and it was kind of hard to communicate to people. They were coming in here thinking like everybody's fucking armed to the teeth and ready to gun down anybody that stepped on their property.
Yeah.
No, we were only ready to do that if they came to vaccinate us on our property. Then we would have been like, okay, we're gonna end this.
Well, this part of the country is called the Kashmir of the United States. They consider this very rough territory to go to war in. During
they
the
call
Civil
it.
War, there were no armies that marched through here. There was no roads to go through here.
They call Appalachia Afghanistan with trees.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Well, they still do a lot of training exercises out here because of it.
Oh, I participate in some of them.
Yeah. I've done several. I shouldn't say several. I've done a handful of exercises from Fort Bragg into Pisgah National Forest, or usually we're in Uwharrie, but we do get out here to Cherokee National Forest and Pisgah National Forest. It's rough country out here. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking you were still near Baghdad. Guy said he's thinking you were still near Baghdad.
Hey, Stu, there's a sage running in December. You want to go?
December 6th, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I got called up for Sage. They're like, I want you to be a driver on my land. I was like, oh, shit, I'm just going to be a driver. I need to be in the G base, man. I only did 2.5 straight years in a FID mission. I should be in the G base, not being a driver or.
I could only imagine you playing a G down in camp. I mean, I would like to be there just to see that.
A G, I'll be the G chief.
Yeah, they need to put him.
Then I want on the lane, bro. If you get made G chief, you let me know. I'm coming. I'm gonna bring Dan Fro with me too.
Can you imagine a captain trying to pass the Q course when I'm telling him that, oh, here come the Green Berets. You've stabbed everybody in the back since the creation of the Green Berets. Why do you have the crossed arrows, for God's sakes? You sent all those Apaches to Florida along with Geronimo.
So Larry Dial just posted something here, and he says, Chuck Schumer, come on. Chuck Schumer told voters, in order to support a stable and secure electoral situation, we all need to remember that counting all 110% of votes could take quite some time.
I'm not good at math, but that seems wrong, right?
I sure hope he was
spoken like a true Democrat.
Spoken like a true Democrat.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, it's way wrong. Yeah, that's way
it's like 10% wrong.
Yeah, so you get made a G chief. I'm coming out the whatever the hell lane it is you're on, bro. Because we'll have fun.
Yeah.
Just make me like Sergeant Major or XO, because I'll have more fun that way.
Oh, he wants to be like Carl.
No, I want to go to the Fox site.
Sergeant
Actually, I want to go to the Fox site.
Did he really take Pennsylvania?
It's way easier over on the Fox
Did
site.
he take Pennsylvania?
I don't know yet.
I thought it just said that.
Now I need to offer that up to those guys that, that company is called Oak Grove. I need to say, hey, I'll be a G chief for you, and I'll bring my own G's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. We would have a hell of a
He
team.
has to, and if he does,
I'll even convince Alan to come back out, man. I'm like, we'll
bring
go.
him to fucking celebrate. Because
I was
the
thinking
fucking
a
Army
fun role to play over there would just be the tinfoil hat man and just spread rumors the whole time.
I hear it at Darien Bridge Darien Bridge for the Corps. They always pick one dude and they tell him, "You're the drunk." And they give this dude bottles and bottles of whiskey, and he is supposed to stay drunk the entire time. Like inserting into a mission, running ops, he's supposed to be hammered ass drunk the whole time.
I told her I can never be there because I would be a distraction.
Yes, you would be.
And so
You
I
would
can
be.
never.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah, Stephen Sue's like, you would be.
Hey,
Never do it. I could be the drunk
Mel,
though.
I got
That'd be
a
fun.
challenge. We need to do this challenge. We need to bring you into the mountain phase at Ranger School one of these days.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Or even closer down there when they're doing Florida phase and Ranger School. Because when I went to
No, it's
Ranger
not.
School, we always said you could bring a Playboy bunny with 2 buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and nobody would touch that bitch.
True that. True that. Yep. Yeah. We're one
You're
of
hungry. By the
my
time
fellow
you get
guys
to Florida phase and Ranger School, you're hungry as hell. You could give a damn about boobs or ass or anything. You want some food.
Yes, you do.
I'll walk around with the chicken. I'll offer it.
BNO is calling Iowa for Trump. Arizona.
Okay. Pennsylvania, 57%. Trump, 51.
These aren't for Trump. These are just total votes in, I
Wait.
think.
Which battleground states do you think will have the most impact?
That's people voting. That's just people saying they think Pennsylvania will have the biggest impact.
Yeah.
I'm not talking
Well, you
about
have to
that.
win Pennsylvania to win, right? I heard that. Did I hear that
You
wrong?
don't have to, but
I
they
heard
they
you-
have a bunch of electoral votes. It's a big help.
Right.
Like, I don't even know.
And
how
that's where all the Amish are voting.
many- Yeah.
So
Right
I know
now,
I-
we need 65 more. We need 65 more for Trump to win. So
in where?
to win the election, he needs 65 more electoral votes. So if he wins North Carolina and Georgia, that's 32, right? So that's halfway
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Was it 260?
I thought it was 3
No,
something.
it's 260, I think.
Or 270?
270.
270.
Okay, so we need.
That's right. I'm thinking of that.
We need
That's
67 votes according to what I'm watching.
I
Maybe
saw
it's changed.
some guesstimated map that showed Trump getting like 303 or some shit.
Yeah.
Donnie, where'd you go to school at? It's right there. It's 205.
He says it's
Okay, well, I'm looking at the TV, dude.
I'm not looking
Sorry.
at your TV, Sue.
Yeah,
I'm looking at
yeah,
you.
relax, man. Take it easy, bro. I'm
Go
old.
to
What do you
TV.
want? Slow.
Take your shoes off.
They are. Our shoes are
My
off.
fucking house. I might.
Your shoes are off. Nobody has shoes in this. You do.
Oh, so like Michigan,
What's it?
they're showing Kamala has 607,000, Trump has 594,000, and only 21% of the votes counted.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? Just like they did in Pennsylvania, they start with all the votes out of the cities first. So Harris always looks like she's way up.
Trump's over her right now in Pennsylvania.
Look at that one.
Oh, that's Washington D.C.
Yeah, 90.
Yeah,
Let's say
Trump doesn't-
98.
Trump doesn't stand a chance in Washington D.C. for God's sake.
98% over there in Washington D.C.
Yeah, because they all work for the government there.
My mom wanted to take a train to go to Washington, and I was like, Mom, I don't. She was talking about November to January, and I was like, the climate right now, and she's like, oh no, the climate's really great, and I'm like, no, the political climate, like, don't go to Washington right now, please, because might be dangerous, maybe. Could
It would be
dangerous.
safe. It will be.
No, it's going to be dangerous everywhere. Probably.
I agree. I mean, even if we win the election tonight, what's really going to be scary? Okay, think about it. if I was Kim Jong Il in North Korea, or I was President Xi in China, and Trump wins tonight, I know I've got from now to January to get my shit done, because Trump isn't going to let me do it once he gets into the Oval Office.
Sadly, neither one of those countries are in any position to do a fucking thing right now.
Well,
but they do have
they can
one hell of a military number, right?
Here's the problem with China's military number. Here's the problem with China's military number. They cannot pay their soldiers on time right now. Their soldiers aren't being paid. And it's causing serious fucking problems. Like, that's not like public news. I watch a lot of stuff out of China. First, they've been having their asses flooded off.
Oh, man, look at this. Oh, sorry to interrupt, Chris. Look at this. Trump's ahead by 3.5 million in the popular vote.
Yeah. As he should be.
That is very rare for a Republican to also win the popular vote.
Come on. We know how this is going to go. He has to win. There's no way he cannot win. There's no way that
I don't know.
he can't.
Even if he does win, I heard
we're
I heard
votes away from control of the Senate. 2 votes away from controlling the Senate. Two senators.
But I've heard there's a lot of fuckery afoot. I've heard McChrystal is up to some stuff. He's a bad actor. We know that.
Everybody is, yeah.
And that there's some other former flag grade guys that are going into cahoots on some potential badness. So, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
And it surprised me when I was told about that too. I was like, what? So.
Yeah. So what was you saying about China and their military?
Oh yeah, their military's fucked, man. Number one, that tank they got that they think's the shit is about as good as the Russian T-90.
Yeah,
Actually,
isn't that like a 1980s model?
Yeah, it's their latest whole greatest thing.
No,
their troops
generations behind.
Their troops have zero combat skills except for some dust ups with the Indians up north. They're not being paid. Okay. Officers are being forced to take pay cuts. They don't have the ammunition and stuff for training. Like it's bad. It's real bad.
At the same time, I think we neglect how bad our military has gotten as well. We don't have, we got what should you say? We've got a reputation, but the reputation's starting to dwindle.
The reputation is dwindling rapidly because they're purging the war fighters and they're trying to be all LBGTQ, fucking My Little Pony, whatever inclusive. But we still have the funding, and we still have a whole lot of young Americans in this country who will not join the military because of what it has become. Like I know when I went to Marine Corps boot camp, I was fully expecting to get my ass handed to me. I was fully expecting to be hit. I was fully expecting all that stuff. These kids now, like in the Army, they talk in Army boot camp, talking about how they get their cell phones and they get to make calls home and shit. And I'm like, fucking what? There were no cell phones on Parris Island. There was no calling home on Parris Island. None of that shit existed.
They're doing it because retention rate has plummeted. It is awful. So they can't keep in the ones that they've spent money to train to continue to train them because they get out after their first contract because they realize it ain't worth being in there.
Yeah,
right
and then they don't train them properly. Troy and I saw that when they came out here we had 55 volunteers here at my house, and Troy was the local scout, if you will, right? And we already said this on the last podcast, but we were chasing so many rumors just because these guys weren't following the principles of patrolling. I was like, if you guys don't do a proper recon and you just go running after chase, you're just going to end up losing control and chasing your tails. And I was surprised that I had to tell senior NCOs that, as a retired guy, I was like, how are they training you guys? You're forgetting your reconnaissance, for God's sakes. You're going off a rumor off of social media, and you're trying to take a patrol out there with all your equipment and everything. and you're getting out there and you're finding some old lady with the fence down or some shit.
Whatever happened to the leaders recon, you know?
Yeah.
Leaders
Yeah.
recon.
I said, pull out your Troy heard me. I said, you guys need to pull out your Ranger handbook and go over the principles.
Yeah,
I remember
the vast majority of it was old information. It would be getting to us like 3-4 days late. You get out there expecting a fucking war zone, and they're out there in dozers and tracos starting to clean up, and you're like, no, we're good here. Maybe you should check there.
Yeah. I remember some of the candidates that come through Sage, and and I'm not a soldier. I never was. I got dropped early over stupid shit for physical stuff they said, or medical. But watching the candidates that come through Sage terrifies me. Like, it's scary what you see out there.
Yeah.
And those are the best the military has to offer right now. So
Well,
the
that
ones
X-ray
you're not
program,
gonna see, those are the ones that really should worry you.
that X-ray program really fucked things up. Now, someone's saying that Newsmax is calling Trump to win Georgia, but there's some counties in Atlanta about to dump, and that'll probably change that.
Well, Trump just went ahead by a half a point in Wisconsin.
Nice. Let's keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Where's this? Oh, DC. DC, she took 93%.
Imagine that.
Yeah, who didn't see that coming?
93-7.
Yeah, I was just explaining to Troy that in DC, everybody votes Democrat. They don't want to. They don't want to see
look
the
at
federal
Arizona.
government reduce
Holy
any
shit,
job.
dude. Arizona's a freaking dead heat.
Well, Arizona's a dead heat right now, but after they stop counting, they'll make it up in absentees and mail-ins, and Kamala will win.
Oh, gotcha.
They've already said that. I mean, not exactly that. They've already said all the counting.
Maricopa County.
Oh. You got to work tomorrow?
What?
You working tomorrow?
Yeah.
Do more.
Well,
Stay
I got
out much longer.
No, it's all right. We're good.
Well, I figured about
No, we stay out after midnight.
Ma says Trump is projected to win her in Iowa. Put this back up for a minute.
The mom on her?
Yeah, Mom's in there.
Hey,
watching.
Mom.
So let's see. Yeah, it's starting to fill in. 205 to 217 or 117. Excuse me.
Hey, Donnie.
Yep. What up?
You're good at medical training. You know the difference between a mouth thermometer and an anal thermometer?
Donnie's probably going to tell you taste.
Yeah, the taste. You got me on that one.
I saved you. I saved you on that one. I was looking out for you. The taste.
That's what
I was like, I had to go with.
That's what I used to tell my
No,
son.
you Stu.
That's what I used to tell my son when he fucked everything up. I said, "You're as worthless as taste buds on an asshole."
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like I told Weatherman when I met him. Never meet your fucking heroes.
Okay. Yeah. Trump's in winner.
Protein.
Yeah. Man, it's just it seems like it takes forever, doesn't it?
Get some chocolate peanut butter.
North Carolina, Trump's ahead
Good.
by like almost 3 points, too.
He's ahead in Georgia by 2 points.
Do they call him battleground?
Georgia,
states?
he's ahead by 3.
In Virginia, he's ahead by almost a half a point.
Remember, this is behind for some.
Oh, he's ahead by 2 points, almost 3 points in Pennsylvania.
Really?
They don't have a timestamp. Do they?
That's
Pennsylvania
19.
has to be.
Pennsylvania, yeah, they're showing it.
6 out of 7. What are battleground states?
Ones that aren't dead decided, like like California always knows going to be Democrat.
Well, yeah.
That's not a battleground state.
I've never heard of that.
This is where the fighting has begun.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, Chris, CNN is showing 242 electoral votes for Trump.
242. What are they showing for Kamala?
Is what CNN is showing.
What are they showing for Kamala?
108.
108. Wow. Yeah, they're dead heat. They're dead tied in Arizona. Dead tied. Wow. Yeah. Let's hope he stays ahead in Wisconsin.
It would be great for him to flip Michigan.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh yeah.
Well, look at Michigan. Michigan used to be a red state.
I know it did.
Yeah, that'd be
Tim
neat.
was there. I mean, my
Come
boy,
on,
so.
we can always hope. Like, cross your fingers. Who's got wood to knock on?
Damn it, there's some sensible, decent people up there left.
Yeah.
When they leave, bring the American flag and the Canadian flag.
They said CNN has different reporting on the.
Oh, are they? Yeah, everybody's got different shit.
On the electoral vote or electoral count.
Yeah.
Well, it's all prediction for now, right?
Do you guys remember when Hillary ran for president?
Yeah, it scared me out of the military.
Yeah.
She, yeah, right.
I retired because I didn't want her to sign my retirement paperwork.
She,
That bitch.
she did when she didn't win. You know, she didn't come out and give a concession speech. And I happen to know some guys that were on her detail that night.
There's a reason why.
And it was because she lost her mind. She got hammered drunk. She was throwing champagne glasses at people. She was slapping Bill.
Yes.
And they finally had to bring in a doc and trank her like a mad rhino and put her ass down. That's why she could not come
I
out and
heard
give
she
up.
threw a major fit. Yeah.
Yeah, she pitched a bitch, boy, for sure.
If I lost on being
if they would
a dictator, I'd probably be just like that too. You'd have to trank me.
Benevolent dictator.
If they would have ran her up against Trump this time, what do you think would have happened?
If it was her?
If they'd have ran her against Trump this time, yeah.
Oh, it would have been a smoke show. It would have steamed her.
Kamala.
Oh, hang on.
She's just, she's the black vote too. So,
Hang on. Oh, wait.
So they say.
Let me do this.
That's why. She's.
Hang on. I'm bringing somebody else in for a minute.
The exit polls in Atlanta.
Who?
Trump.
Say it.
On CNN, I'm watching. Hey,
207.
Russ, I got on CNN. We're looking at 207 to 91.
Russ, we got another guest gonna pop in here in a minute.
Okay.
Just letting you know, when you see him pop in, just
you and I
go.
will drop off.
No, I mean,
Okay.
you can just make room for him. There's 4 of us. It'll fit.
So, Chris, y'all looking forward to Mountain
okay.
Readiness this year or coming year?
Oh, hell yeah. We're ready. Always ready for Mountain Readiness, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
I'll be there, my brother.
They're a good time.
I'd like to see it almost double,
Oh, Wisconsin.
just off of popularity and word of mouth from last
Yes,
year.
yeah.
man, it was a good time. And
It was.
the amount of knowledge that was packed into that campground was wild.
Well, especially
Oh,
after
great
Hurricane
people.
Helene, maybe people will want to actually come.
Maybe I should learn how to
This year was
purify
a hard
water.
year.
Well, yeah, I mean,
This year
Troy
was
and
a
I were
hard
talking
year.
about, what we need there is we need a chainsaw, how to use a chainsaw class.
Yeah. Easy
That would
shit
actually
like
be
that.
that
It
would
gets
be a great-
overlooked because it kind of, we've learned it since we was little, but most people haven't had that, like, say you grew up without a dad. Now you're a man and you need to know how to do man shit.
Or you grew up in a city and you moved to the country and you need to learn how to do country shit.
I've never
Yeah.
used a chainsaw.
Grow up, you do.
Yeah, I know, right?
Love it.
I've never used a chainsaw.
Nope.
So,
You haven't.
I could take a lesson in that,
K Love, is that
She's our friend. Yes.
Was she
That's
the
Crystal.
one that we had out there at Mountain Readiness that went out to
Troy's Gate?
and stuff
Yep.
as well?
The first time.
We
Oh,
went
that's
to
Crystal.
Troy's
Hey, how are you, Kay?
Yes.
We were just
And
talking
us.
about trying to do something awesome for you for all the support you've been given.
Well,
Crystal.
she was amazing.
Yes,
yeah,
that's her.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She was probably one of my most impressive students. Well, she wasn't one of my students. I was teaching the tracking, but she was impressive. From the time I saw her when she came in there to the time she left, she was a changed person completely.
Yeah, you should have seen her at Troy's Gate, bro.
Yeah.
So you guys are being asked, do you have any classes in Whittier? Sue, you guys give any classes up there?
In Whittier?
Yeah.
We've been talking about it. Troy's got a little bit of a range. I got a little bit of a range. Carl was supposed to, he's been talking about coming out here and filming at Troy's Gate since August. He's talking about now doing it in December. So I don't know. We did work, Troy and I worked through the emergency management office in Jackson County here, and they do want the search and rescue guys do want a lot of they want tracking classes, map reading, ATV classes from Charlie Williams. So we're talking about getting that together. Shooting classes. Troy's been saying we just need to find the people that would pay that kind of money to do the shooting classes.
Yeah, it really just comes down to numbers, guys. If you want to do a class, you need to grab some friends and then you can start to establish something. But when it comes down to like taking a whole day to teach maybe 3 people, and then y'all are going to burn through ammo and burn through time real quick, you got to have, I want to say at least 5 typically to really make it a learning experience, right? Otherwise, it's going to eat up a whole day and 1,000 rounds of ammunition.
They've been putting Troy through the paces. Every time he comes in as an assistant instructor, they always give him the mental retard of the class.
Well, don't say that.
They give him the hardest students to deal with.
So you do to him what Carl does to Henry.
He worded that wrong.
He always gets me as a student.
So I get to do one-on-ones with people, right? So if the class is kind of a little bit more advanced than an individual, I will stay with that individual and kind of help them along the way. That way they can kind of keep pace. Because if you don't, then they're standing over there not really knowing what to do and things like that.
What Emery was saying is when the guy has an AD, we can afford to lose Troy.
Really?
Yeah, I've had him 3 times now, and he's a handful, man. He is a walking. He's got like arthritis in his hands. He's really scared to use a firearm.
Yeah. Okay. He's got to pee, so we're here. But yeah, Carl had a class in December, but then Chris told me he's not leaving Florida until January 20th when our president is put there. And so I'm stuck here until then. So are you, right?
What's that?
Stuck here in Florida till January 20th? Or are you going anywhere?
Going someplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go to New York City this month.
You're going to New York
for a Macintosh amplifier training. I'm looking forward to it.
Less than 1,000.
Listen, there's a lot of guns floating around there. Shit hits a fan. I think I'll acquire one. I'll be all right. I'll protect myself.
Wow.
I've never been to a state. It doesn't matter where I go, even if I can't take it with me. When I get there, there's people who have guns for me. So, that's a good thing. All my friends always have guns for me. They're like, here, thank you.
1,000. That's going to be an automatic recount.
Mm. Yep.
Trump leads 6 of the 7 battleground states. Yes. You better leave in every fucking state.
Yeah. It's just over 1,000 votes in Arizona, so that's going to be an automatic recount.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting evening. I mean, I'm going to have to go to bed. I work tomorrow, but I'm going to be getting up first thing I'm looking at. We'll see. Because last time I went to bed feeling pretty good, dude. Woke up to a nightmare.
Yeah.
No. Well, I was like on the 2016 election. I was like Chris. I was staying up late and watching because I just thought Hillary was going to win, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning when they finally called it, and I was at the foot of the bed doing cheetah flips. My wife woke up and said, "What the hell's the matter with you?" So the next morning, I'm drinking my coffee at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm drinking my coffee, and she's like, Why are you such a grumpy mood? Your man won. Your man won. Trump won. And I was like, what am I going to do with all this food and ammunition I've been saving up?
Yeah, that's actually
about time. Shit.
What are they doing here? Oh man.
I'm sure there's a lot of people had that same issue.
Oh, I know what to do with all that food and ammunition.
271 to 215.
Oh.
What did he say? Show him.
He just sounded.
Here comes Pete back.
Our friend just contacted us and was like, I've got 8 cases of MREs I don't know what to do with. And we're like, oh, bring
Call
them
yourself up.
Bring them here. We'll pay for whatever you
How old
need.
are they?
They're
Don't matter.
New. They don't. Yeah.
It don't matter how old they are. As long as they're not in brown bags, they're fine.
Yeah.
I don't want none in brown
I
bag
was saying
anymore.
that to the FEMA folk when the FEMA folks came in here and they took over our warehouse. So we had to move a bunch of the stuff that got sent in from other counties out of there. And they brought in a bunch of vegetarian MREs.
Oh, Jesus
The
Christ.
FEMA guy, and I was like, what the hell were you thinking with
They
vegetarian
can't tell the
MREs?
difference.
He's like, oh, they're pretty good. And I was like, well, this is Appalachians. The people want some meat.
Yeah. Meat and taters.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Pete.
Yeah. Hey, Pete.
You got enough
Pete.
Nothing but cheese, tortellini, and still.
I spent the last hour on. You guys know Susan Sherman, right? You met her up at.
Yeah.
I was just on their podcast. I'm bouncing back and forth, and I wasn't able to drink on theirs, so I'm in on it.
What?
Oh, you know you can't hear.
Wow. Yeah.
So I hurried back.
Mhm.
So Christy, I think she was asking how long it takes to get the videos back from Randy. If you get on their website,
There he is.
Randy Martin's number shouldn't be that hard to find for you. I just say
Randy Martin?
text him. Yeah.
Anybody
Text
wants
him,
Randy's
he can
number,
your
get a hold of
video
me.
out to you.
Welcome Sam Culper from Forward Observer to the house, guys. What is up?
Oh,
Mike?
what's up, dude?
Sam.
I get shit every week, dude. It's the greatest, and I recommend it to all my friends. Thank you for what you do, man. I love it just quick and boom, everything I need to know, man.
Yeah, he's to the
I
point.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Badass, dude. I told
Yeah.
50 people at least, dude, about it. They should subscribe, man. Good
Yeah.
deal. Seriously, that's really cool.
Yeah, he does good stuff. So what are you thinking, Mike? What are you thinking this is going to look like here as we're slowly
I was just
progressing?
about to turn it over to MSNBC to watch the meltdown. I'm a little bit concerned about. I'm a little concerned about those 4 a.m. ballot dumps we may see, but otherwise, I mean, this is like 2016 vibes all over again.
Yeah, it really is. But Arizona and I forget who else has said, well, it's going to take us longer to count all these absentee and mail-in ballots because we got to wait for the polls to close so we can figure out how many of these we need to pencil whip real quick. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, that's the only thing, this whole election strategy from Trump was to push the early votes. But, I was thinking that really only just tells Democrats how many mail-in ballots they have to manufacture.
Right. Yes.
Right.
But,
That's what he was saying. Yep.
Well, Trump's victory party is starting to stack up with people.
Wow.
And
It's early though, man.
Did you see Schumer earlier? And I hope this is just something people are just making up and it wasn't real, but Schumer said, look, it's going to take time for us to count all 110% of these ballots to determine a winner.
Yeah.
Fuzzy,
man. I was just looking up a bunch of counties. There's those 19 bellwether counties that have predicted every election since 1980, except for 2020. in which there was no election fraud. But we're still waiting on results to come in. Last time I looked, 12 of the 19 were breaking for Trump, and the other 7 we're waiting on data for. So I mean, it just looks to me like another slam dunk, like 2016.
Yeah, Anthony Foles says MSNBC is flipping out right now.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So knowing your experience and the battle space you operate in, what are your predictions for post-election? Go ahead, Stu.
I just turned on CNBC, and they're calling for all Elon Musk contracts to be canceled by the government.
Oh my God!
And then they'll never get anybody.
Realize that man has put himself in a position where he pretty much can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yes, he can.
Well,
Amen, brother.
His interview with Tucker was pretty hilarious when Tucker was like, he kind of has to win or you're fucked. And Elon was like, yeah, I'm fucked if he loses. But anyway, Sam, what were you saying? You're getting on something there, dude. Or Mike, I'm always your two names are confusing the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's all right. I looked at the bellwether counties, and obviously Trump won 18 of the 19 in 2020, but Biden won the election, and so that was the anomaly. And you had people like Nate Silver come out and say, well, it's because of shifting demographics. And so if those 19 bellwether counties go back to being bellwether counties in 2024 and they weren't in 2020, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I don't want to rehash old stuff, but that's the big thing I'm looking at tonight.
Yeah. I'm watching it too. What do you think about civil unrest post, depending on who wins?
Yeah.
Trump wins, slam dunk guarantee. Kamala wins, it's kind of a 50-50 coin toss if there's going to be any.
Yeah, I was reading through all the Antifa blogs. I mean, that's kind of my main job now. And they were even kind of saying, expect more of the same if Harris wins. The Gaza stuff, the climate crisis stuff, there's still going to be unrest. But, Democratic Socialists of America, Freedom Road Socialist Organization, they've all been gearing up to hold mass mobilization meetings and or mass mobilization protests. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So there's essentially a color revolution playbook, and I was reading through it last weekend, and I'm doing a presentation on it Thursday night. But it's I'll send it to you. It's called From Dictatorship to Democracy. It was published originally back in 1993, and this has been the basis for dozens of color revolutions, Western-backed color revolutions around the world. And the Russians call it the U.S. Hybrid War Field Manual, and it really is. And I see, there was that attempted riot in Seattle tonight, and by Antifa Black Bloc, and they just got clobbered. The Seattle PD came out on bikes, and I literally tackled these kids and arrested them. It's not 2020 anymore. They're not going to have free reign to just go run around. No. Even Portland Police Chief or the Portland Police Bureau Chief Mike Day, even last summer, basically was like, "We're conducting counterinsurgency against these guys. We're not going to allow another 2020." So I look at that and I say, well, I don't see us repeating 2020. I've been saying this for a few months, and it's been a little bit unpopular. I don't see a 2020 repeat next year. What I see is mass mobilization protests, and they've got to manufacture crises, essentially some of the same stuff they did back in from 2016 to 2020. But honestly, the most dangerous course of action for them would be if there's no release valve, if there is no, way to riot, not effectively or not for very long. They're sending these kids to prison now. That RICO case in Georgia, 61 people were arrested and charged with RICO. A handful of them were charged with domestic terror.
Over Cop City?
Yeah, over the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center.
Yeah, Stop Cop City, what they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, stop. And then, they've tried to do this thing called Stop Cop Nation and export this to other places, and that's failed. This year, Seattle tried to they tried to hold that fuck the 4th. It's their like 4th of July Independence Day thing. They go right. Nobody showed. They canceled because no one showed up for it, and it's just completely different. There is no. I think there is some desire there, but those networks have atrophied. No one's showing up out there anymore. It's way different. So I think the most dangerous course of action is that you're still going to have like probably 1 to 3% of these guys, the true believers, the real hardcore people. And I think they're going to go out and commit domestic terrorism against the Trump administration if he does end up winning. And it's not just against the Trump administration. It's going to be against capitalism. It's going to be against probably some prominent MAGA influencers and politicians. It's going to be it's just going to be another 4 long disruptive years.
Yeah. One of the problems that the Antifa's organizations et al. Are having is that the core base of their organizations have realized that they were lied to, that they go to university and get your degree and get your job and you'll be able to afford to live and all that was bullshit, smoke shot up their asses. And I watch a lot of videos of that, of these young people complaining about not being able to afford to live and blah, blah. And I was told if I just did these things, it would all work out for me. And that's all under a Harris administration or a Biden administration are feeling this way. I think a lot of them have come around to the fact that they were lied to. I think there might be a little bit of a shift there, not a huge one, but enough that it's going to make a difference and keep a lot of them out of the streets. And they actually don't want that no more. They're like, we need the economy to improve. We want businesses to come back. We need people being hired for jobs. We don't want people being exported into this country and given jobs because I can't get one. So why should he? I think that the tone is shifting just a little bit with how bad these last 4 years have been.
Oh, it has to be. I mean, all you got to do is try to get food, you order food, go out to eat, get gas, utilities, insurance. How's your insurance? Is it went up? Mine went up.
Ours went down.
Went up? Really?
And one of the guys here's commenting, you see a lot of Trump signs being vandalized and stuff still, because that's how petty these people are. They'll never confront nobody head on. They're always going to try to do it obliquely or in the dark or sneak around. But I've watched a lot of those Trump sign videos too. Boards under them so that when they run over them, they flatten their tires. Their newest thing was they were making Harris covers that would slide over the Trump signs, and they were running around and doing that. And people were ripping those things off. But that's their level. Their current level of activity is there. And I think it's going to take a lot to ramp them up. But I think the fuel might be there to ramp them up. Because Kamala's going to lose. They're going to claim stolen election. They're going to claim it was rigged. They're going to claim that we elected Hitler and that the concentration camps and the gas chambers are just around the corner now.
People believe it.
Yeah, and there's some people out there that believe it. Yeah,
I mean that's the messed up part.
Yeah. Chris, I think the biggest risk, a bigger risk aside from Antifa and obviously the political warfare. I didn't know what to make of this, but there's a guy named Kevin. He's on Twitter. His handle is Bennett's Phylactery. And he said, and he's like 6 months ago, he said, they're going to let Trump win. They're going to let Trump walk in. There's not going to be another 2020. And it's going to be like the ultimate rug pull. He said that basically they're going to engineer this big financial crisis and pin it on Trump. And then, they come back in 28 and they sweep the House, the Senate, and the presidency back. And, basically they just shuffle their feet for 4 years while Trump's in. They sue him, he can't get anything done. The Trump administration can't because they're being sued, and the paper push. And I don't know, man. That's he may be right.
Well, they're doing their best to front load an economic failure on the way out the door.
Well, I've got the question: is there any recovering from what has already happened, right? Do we see that we continue to be in this economic incline to where we're we're pretty much screwed no matter what happens, right? Or is there an optimistic view on this saying, hey, Trump can make it better, and then next election we get another Republican in there that can continue to make it better? Is it going to be the end of the empire? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the damage is permanent. That was like Mick Mulvaney's big thing as he was the OMB director under Trump, and he said, we get in there, we grow our way out. He said, the only way out for the United States fiscally is to grow the economy, grow our way out of all this debt. And they tried that for 4 years, and they had a great economy, but it just didn't work. And deficits ballooned, and spending ballooned, and debt ballooned. And I think, people say, I think they're right. A lot of people say we're kind of in the looting the treasury phase here, which is why there is no attempt to restrain spending. Basically, I think they're just saying, let's spend dollars while dollars are in motion. I don't think there's any stopping it. You may just delay it, but
like
it's intractable.
Did it not work because of the COVID pandemic?
Well, yeah. I mean, it didn't work because he came in there and spent, how much ever trillions of dollars.
They're on the way to bankruptcy court right now. I think that's all they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they're both doing it. Trump did that too. Trump ran up trillions of dollars.
I think he kind of had to, because when COVID hit, he was saddled with that.
Chris, were we on the right track until COVID actually hit, and then we were forced to run up the debt?
But then you know what the bureaucracy, notice what the bureaucracy did. They started giving those PPP loans, and they gave them to every application that came in. And now the feds are going back after all these people for their fraudulent loans that they received, and the hundreds of millions of dollars these loans too. These people have no way of repaying that, so yeah, they're going to go to prison. Big damn deal. But oversight's floating the idea of putting Elon over government efficiency.
Wow.
I think that would be brilliant.
So
that would be pretty cool. That's like
Chris. I think Trump's really going to be hamstrung on what he can do. I still don't think we can grow our way out of the problem.
I don't either.
Goldman Sachs came out like a couple weeks ago and said they expect a 3% annualized return, like for S&P, 3% annualized, and that's extremely dangerous because all these pension and retirement funds are predicated on 7.5% annual returns, and if we're only getting 3, and they need 7,
yeah,
we're going to have a massive pension crisis. Medicare is, they say Medicare and Social Security are going to be insolvent by the 20, or they're going to run out of money during a Trump administration.
Yep.
And I just look at that and just say, there's going to be so many actually come back in 28, and they sweep, and they put the pedal to the floor. It's
and then they stay there.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean that's one way that could work out. Yeah.
So yeah, that's just good night, Joey. We're losing one. Good night, Joey. She has a job tomorrow.
I'll wake up at 4. Bye, guys.
At 4? Holy hell!
Yeah.
Rookies, such rookies.
Yeah. Well, I was actually going to call this here pretty quick and somewhere. Yeah, we're not in a huge rush, but doing a little bit here because I want to keep watching. Where'd it go?
What?
We're missing the TV. I just want to see what the numbers are here. I'm pulling them up right here. I'm just curious where we're at. I mean, we don't really know jack shit till California. All right, West Coast is showing.
Yeah, we're watching Fox News right now.
I'm like a groupie.
On Fox News, Chris, they got the entire West Coast has reported in. They got Harris up to 193.
Yeah.
So
I called Georgia yet.
My prediction
saying Trump is only 23 electoral votes.
My guess is right now that we will not hear a result tonight.
No, Pennsylvania's going to take days. Look, if Trump takes Pennsylvania, it's done. It's over with. Real quick, Dane County reporting 88%, 233,000 for Kamala. Donald Trump's at 77,000. 2020, same county, 260,000 for Biden, 78,000 for Trump. So that's pretty much on the right where it needs to be. So the only hope for Wisconsin is that Dane County and Milwaukee County shows a few more votes toward the Republican Party, because if it plays out the way it's going to be, although Trump does have a 2% lead there.
If you look,
interesting.
Yeah, I'm going through.
You know, the New York Times just in like the past hour. New York Times, just real quick. New York Times, about an hour ago, they said they gave Trump a 7 for whatever that's worth. I just look at it as another metric.
I don't trust anything the New York Times has to say ever.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either, but it's just math. I mean, they're just using an algorithm based off vote totals coming in. It's a little more trustworthy than
in the Senate. We have 50 seats at the moment. We have 50 seats in the Senate.
Yeah.
What did we pick up one or two?
Senate, so we got the majority of the Senate now. Moreno just won in Ohio.
Oh, really?
He knocked out Brown. So we flipped 2 seats. The Republicans flipped 2 seats in the Senate already.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Well, guys, I got a 2-hour ride home. I'm going to call this for now, and I will look back in when I get to the house. I appreciate everybody being here. I knew this would be a little bit fun to watch this tonight. Get some different perspectives and takes. What was that?
What did you say? Russ, what did you say? You lagged.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'll call it for the evening. It's getting down to the wire. When I get home, maybe it'll be a little bit of good news or more fucking bad news. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Let it all burn around us. We'll be there to pick the pieces up.
I've got everything I needed. I mean, fuck them. I don't care what they do.
Exactly.
But I just want to say, Sue, Troy, thanks for being here, Russ. As always, the masterman behind the screen.
Chris, you want me to keep
Pete,
the screen?
thanks for coming with us. I can't, bro. I'm leaving. I got a 2-hour drive home. I'll reopen it when I get there and hook it up and let it do it. But
So I'm going to just shut this one down, fellas.
Mike.
Hey, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mike, thanks for being here. And to all you out there who hung out with us, and there's Donnie, and to everybody who hung out with us tonight, thanks a lot, guys. We'll do more on this. We're probably going to do a short little recap tomorrow. We'll do a little recap on all this that went down tonight tomorrow. Sound good? All right. You guys know the drill. Be good or be good at it. We will catch you next time.
Forward Observer.
Forward Observer Magazine. Check that out.
Dude.
Thanks. Thank you.
My every day. Every day.
Yep.
Thank you.
Love it.
Later, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Strong word.
My screen's so big I can't see it. I gotta shrink it. There it is. We got videos we're supposed
First time
to.
you've ever